Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Frogcasts, where we're playing a brand new game, Spider-Man. It's new.
For the Game Boy.
Nobody's played it before. Suddenly nobody on this stream. Twice.
That's brand new.
It didn't come out on any other platforms. We're playing it on the personal computer with my friends Kian, Jen, and Zoe.
Spider-Man for the Game Boy, made by Rare Software. Charles, get in here.
You may notice that the streams all moved around again, and it's because I can never be happy with anything. So, I've moved it all again. I hope you like this. If you don't, I'd love to get some feedback. Please go to the link at in my bio and buy me lots of birthday presents because I'm only like 3 weeks away from my birthday.
I have feedback.
You have feedback? Yeah.
Yeah. I should be bigger.
You should be bigger.
Yes.
Well,
bigger than everyone else.
Like,
not.
like how much bigger? Like this much bigger?
Oh, hold on. I'm watching an advert.
Oh, wait to find out
somebody get this.
not
Somebody get this woman a sub. Yeah, Jen. Yeah, Jen.
It says that it's my 5-month sub anniversary.
Whoa, that's sick.
Oh,
Yo,
that's
well,
5 months. Hey, where's
this big?
Is the button?
I
I
like
don't
it.
It's not there yet, Kian.
Also, I am
This
afraid
big?
I talked over you shitting your birthday. Everyone buy Cass a birthday present.
Access granted.
Yo,
It's
Jen.
not her birthday yet.
Yeah.
Too bad.
I'm afraid Zoe can't be any bigger, but we do have an alternate form for Zoe. That's right, Zoe's Magical Girl arc begins now. If you donate 25,000 community channel points, 25,000 frog coins, you can unlock Zoe's magical formie, as Kian says.
It's
A form no one's seen.
Yeah.
Literally no one, especially
So-
none of my viewers.
So start donating. We're already at 6k.
Access granted.
Yo! Mandy, thank you so much.
Hype train is close.
Woo! Mandy,
Wow.
thank you so much for the gift sub for Kath. Enjoy, Kath.
Thank you for
and
subscribing. Access
thank you for the
granted.
gift sub for Zoe. Wow.
Ew.
That's very kind of you, Mandy.
No more
And-
adverts for me.
And Charles has hopped in to say his sub has run out, even though he's not watching the stream. So, I'd say 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. So if you want to contribute, you can contribute up to 2k, frog coins a day.
Thank you for subscribing.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Mandy, thank you so much for the gift sub. That's very kind of you. You can contribute up to 2k coins a day. And bye, Charles. And if you don't, and if we don't get it, maybe you'll see it another time, another place. But hey, we got a lot of stream to go until then. So yeah.
Is your name? Your name's in the wrong place.
Why did it move? What?
I don't know.
What?
Oh,
Why
it's
did it
over
go
there.
over there? Hang on, let me
Over
just
there.
let me just use my web shooters to get it back. Snicked.
Shtick,
Oh,
shtick. That's the famous noise it makes.
Yeah.
no. No, don't.
The thing
Which
about
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, the thing about Spider-Man is that he's the best at what he does, and what he does isn't very nice.
The point
Messing
is
with my
very
man
nice.
or my woman. Delete as applicable per whom. Actually, technically, both of them are Wolverine at the moment, so never mind.
So which spider person are we? Post your spider sonars.
I am working on it.
Of course you are.
Look. There's
You're
a lot...
addicted.
Look, there's a thing, right, where being bitten by a radioactive spider is very similar to going through your second puberty and taking HRT. There are changes.
I
There are
thought you
changes. There are changes to your body. You start gaining these strange powers and unlock different feelings inside you. You shoot webbing out of your wrists.
And if you come inside someone, they'll die of radiation.
You become made of a million spiders.
No, we can't.
you're-
We can't just pass that, Zoe.
Have you not read that one?
Zoe. Please don't Dr. Manhattan anyone.
Peter Parker does that.
I don't like it.
He kills Mary Jane. The radioactive comp.
Well, we've
Oh.
spoiled the game, so alright.
Well,
okay.
that's it.
Hello. Hi. We've got a whole new game to play. Doesn't have any Mary Jane murder via that method.
Spider cum, radioactive spider cum.
It's fine.
Spider-cum,
It's fine.
Spider-cum,
I've
radioactive
server muted Zoe,
spider-cum.
so she'll be participating in spirit, spiritually
Spider-cum.
supporting us.
Spider-cum.
Whoa!
Keen
Happy
too.
birthday,
Keen
Cat.
it too.
Hilda sent
Yo.
via thronegifts.com.
Lolza, this is illegal. You're not allowed to buy me a birthday gift on your birthday.
That's the wrong way around.
Thank you very
silly
much,
goober.
Lolza. That's very kind of you. It's also Lolza's birthday, so please do go
Happy
also
birthday,
buy
Lolza.
Lolza a present. I believe Lolza wants a plane, like a Cessna or something.
Very
Um,
convenient link right there.
Yeah, just
Click
go
on it.
click it, buy Lolza a birthday gift. In the meantime, I was going to ask you all about your Spider-Man history, but I don't think I want to hear now, so we'll start the game and we can... we'll start the game and we can do it later, I think. Yeah, I don't think I want to... I don't want to hear any more words with spider in them, you know?
That's going to make this game difficult to play.
I do want to say though, I have prepared for this Spider-Man stream. I've been trying to get into the mood of like Marvel and Spider-Man and stuff like that. So all week I've been watching Justice League Unlimited.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I'm so glad.
That's another. I can't say this. I can't say it.
You can't.
Also, Spider-Man is in Young Justice though. So
That's true.
I was going to say that Justice League Unlimited is another show that has a cum-related plot.
Oh
points.
my god, we're starting. We're starting.
Wait, I'm on the final season. I don't think I've gone to that plot point.
We're starting.
I don't remember that. I'm gonna be thinking about this all stream.
I'm sorry.
I have to Google it.
I'll DM you.
Thank you. Oh no, it's Tom Holland. Cover your eyes.
Who's this man? That's not my beautiful Peter Parker.
Who is this
That's
man?
not
We're
the
not
Peter
playing
Parker
that
I
game.
played with. No. Oh, I have seen that. Thank you, Keen.
Have you put two and two together on the context?
Yes, the context.
Oh.
The Bunny Man. The Spider-Man.
Oop.
All units, level 4 mobilization. Location, Fisk Tower.
Fisk.
Oh, it's so
Who's
weird.
this child?
I don't like it. He shouldn't be
It
living
is
on his
so
own.
weird. They gave no good reason for it. Like they tried to give so many
We're-
different reasons.
we'll-
None of them worked.
We'll talk about this later, everybody. Just context is they changed the face between the PS4 and the PS5 version of Spider-Man.
And gave no good reason.
And like the first one looked a lot like Andrew Garfield, and this one looks a lot like Tom Holland.
Wow. I mean, I didn't think the first one looked that much
Thank
like
you
Andrew
for
Garfield, but he certainly
Access
looked
granted.
not like Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
In retrospect,
Spider-Man.
now he
He
looks
looked
a lot
like
more
his own
whenever
guy.
he can.
Yeah, that's true.
It's different. The difference was he looked, you know. Basically, if I was,
sorry.
I was just going to say, if I was the kind of person to be mean to the Marvel Avengers game, I would say they avenged him by making him look like a rip-off Tom Holland.
Let's not talk about this. This is the sickest video game ever. You got fucking web swinging, baby.
Thank
Yeah, I was
you.
gonna say we are ruining it.
Thank
Sorry.
you for the gift subs, Rubes and Bree. Welcome to the stream. Nothing has happened. We have just started the game, and we are web swinging.
Yeah.
Like,
Ah.
we've all got opinions about this game, but I think we can all agree just moving in this game is fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
Web swing's a bit in Fortnite.
Shut up.
It- No, see, I disagree.
Yeah, I'm lying.
We're at Fisk Tower, but still waiting on the warrant.
Mind if I join in on the fun?
You know how his lawyers are. This one needs to go by the book.
Come on, Yuri. I've been waiting 8 years for this.
You really want to help? Head to Times Square. Sounds like his guys are trying to keep my backup from reaching the scene.
You got it. Almost there.
Traversal in general is just real entertaining.
The only time I used fast travel in this game was to get the trophy to do it 5 times.
Just a couple of times so I could see what the fast travel looked like.
It's fun. It's cute. Oh no, my nondescript boss.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Dealing with a personal issue. I'll be in soon. Promise. Better wrap this up quick than get to my real job.
That mysterious guy had a lot more hair as a silhouette than he usually does.
Leave it.
Can't
Leave
say
it.
that. Can't say
Leave
that.
it.
Oh, I'm sorry that everyone now knows that his boss is Lex Luthor.
And just so you remember that Spider-Man is a game that's set in New York, let's start our game in Times Square.
Yeah.
So, is this game better than Crisis in its depiction of New York, do you think?
Oh my god.
Did you
They're-
consider this even slightly?
They're not misogynistic to the Statue of Liberty, so yeah.
What?
In Crisis 2, they call the Statue of Liberty a bitch.
How
There are-
rude!
This being
There
the
are-
US Marines.
There
Why
were
would
t-
you...
Listen, we can't talk about Crisis 2 on the stream,
It's gonna be the
But-
whole stream.
but there were 2 female characters in Crisis 2. One of them was the Statue of Liberty, and they were misogynistic to both of them.
Yep. Please do tell me how it sounds and looks on the stream, by the way. I'd love to know if I need to make any changes.
Morning, guys. Who's ready for their hot, fresh cup of bodily harm?
Our usual thing
It's
of being
the
quiet
thing.
whenever one talks. It's gonna be quite hard considering Spider-Man never shuts the fuck up.
He's always talking in this video game.
Feeling punchy today.
That's his whole vibe, to
Yeah.
be fair.
Bit more game
It
audio.
is,
Gotcha.
Now, hey, I got a question for the Spider-Man knowers. So in this game, the combat has more than a glancing similarity to the combat of the Batman Arkham series.
Hey, this doesn't look good.
And-
Batman wishes he was half as gymnastic.
Oh, absolutely.
No, Batman has magnet hands.
But one thing they've kind of reinterpreted is similar to how Batman, has the whole counter thing that flashes above his head.
Mhm.
Cleverly reinterpreted as, oh, it's the spider sense that flashes above Spider-Man's head.
Mhm.
And the spider sense has been pretty consistently always depicted as these little wavy lines that appear above.
Yep.
Spider-Man's
He's
head.
always got it's always something around his head, so it might be lines, or it could be sort of expanding kind of circulish lines and things like that. But yeah, the spider sense is always given almost a physical sense of is the noise that I imagine in my head. Most
It's
of the
just-
spiders get the same vibe as well.
Yeah. It's just something I'm quite impressed with, and that it's such a consistent part of the character, no matter how many
Almost done here.
variations he's been through.
I really like how it looked in
Can't wait to see
Spider-Verse.
Willie's face when you slap the cuffs on him.
Yeah, they did
I like-
some really neat stuff with it.
I
in
like how basically
Spider-Verse.
everything looks in Spider-Verse.
That is true. I could point out anything.
Yeah, thank you everybody for pointing out the game was too quiet and a bit framey. I've hopefully fixed it now.
Okay, Yuri. All done. What's happening?
Anyway, combat in this game is real good.
It's the best Arkham game.
Kablamo!
Look, I usually don't have very hot takes, so I gotta take them where I can.
I knew Fisk
I
would
like
move quietly.
how gadgets and website implemented in this. games combat.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I played Spider-Man and occasionally in Discord calls, and I would just be spamming fucking everything in my arsenal before hitting anyone.
Yep.
Hey, I wonder what this tower's based on.
What, this game from 2018?
It's a good thing that's the only political allusion to anything that was going on in 2018 in this video game.
I'm gonna go.
I think we should just let the first mission speak for itself, and then we can talk about the,
Absolutely.
yeah. Let's go get that Willy.
Heads up.
Led him is not a very good.
Hey, where you going?
I'm not going to talk too much about this in case it isn't in the game. Is the engagement thing still in the game?
Engagement? The like...
That was all.
The... Oh!
Oh! We'll have to
Yeah, we'll
look
have to
at
see.
Yeah, we're gonna look for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good question.
Not got this, buddy.
What's Spider-Man doing here? He's gonna mess everything up.
Thanks for the confidence boost, guys.
Shoot him down already. Get him.
Smoke him!
Rush him.
I guess this is
Smoke
what they
a
call
spark
an
if you got him.
place.
You're not bulletproof.
Also, Loza, I'm refraining from pronouncing it like that unless Fisk is on screen at any given point. His newspaper counted.
Just said, "Oh crap! Look out!" when nothing was happening.
Ah,
I
jeez!
was just standing there. Oh god, no!
This Spider-Man, he's a real menace. Okay.
Off home.
Okay, goodbye. Why are you punching them? I mean, I
I was
know
just
they're
texting
cops
someone.
and ACAB and all that jazz, but those ones you can't punch.
I
I can
keep...
guarantee you there's an Italian Spider-Man.
Who's the most Italian Spider-Man character?
I don't think there's an official Spider-Verse Italian Spider-Man, but I'm sure someone's had thoughts about one before.
Exactly. I think canonically there is someone somewhere. They just haven't shown them yet.
Yeah. And like, outside of spider people with abilities, like I'm sure some of the supporting cast are Italian, right? At least Italian American. This is New York.
Oh my god, there's so
there's a
many
pizza-
mobsters in Spider-Man's. Hammerhead.
Maybe
actually,
not
no,
the representation you were looking for, but
There's a pizza place owner.
Hammerhead is explicitly James Cagney. Like in one of the ones that I read recently, there was a lot of jokes made by Spider-Man about the fact that it's like, are you just being James Cagney now? Have you stopped trying to be your own person?
I prefer a more direct approach.
Is DMing me Justice League cum jokes.
oh my god!
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention it! It was just for you! Just a little secret for you!
Oh.
Looks like Fisk has armed
Don't
guards
worry,
on
Cass.
patrol.
I'm not making cum jokes.
hmm
And he's hitting us with everything he's
You can
got.
now do Dragon Friends anyway, so I'm safe from you.
Not yet. We just picked
Well,
up
that's
chatter
where I
that
get
might
more
be
of my
all their
references
Oh,
data.
no.
We need that evidence if we
No,
want
I mean, like, I don't need to make
Okay,
those references
server room it
because
is.
because I listen to Dragon Friends.
Anyway, it's illegal
me.
that they
Fair
have
answer.
cut the camera here and you can't see his
Hi,
ass.
Aunt May.
Yeah.
It's,
Can't see the
this is-
spider butt.
This is the reverse of Catwoman in Arkham City.
I just wanted to make sure we're still on for dinner tomorrow.
Also, Loza makes a really good.
Listen,
Loza makes a really good point. The most Italian Spider-Man is PS2 Spider-Man.
love you too.
Because of the pizza thing.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
There's a lot of guys shooting at you.
Yeah.
Flip the pizzas, Mr. Z's will flip out.
Perform the ultimate spider. Do
Sorry?
your Marvel vs. Capcom moves.
Like when I
Tag in
do moves
Virgil.
in this game, I am like, oh, that's kind of Marvel vs. Spider-Man-y. Marvel vs. Spider-Man.
Versus Spider-Man.
Spider-Man kills the
Those are
Marvel
comics.
Universe?
Look, it's Deadpool versus Marvel Universe, not Spider-Man versus Marvel
Hold him so he
Universe.
can't jump around.
Wait, B and Y. I'm doing it. Why am I just dodging?
Doesn't care.
Are you actually close enough to them?
B
to-
and Y. There we go, I gotta hold it.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
That's weird.
You're gonna have a bad day, he says, watching all of his mates get punched to death.
I keep trying to do moves I unlock later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you'd never played this game before, Cass.
I'm just really good. Okay, please. B and Y. B and Y. There we go. Have to press
And
them
I love that.
separately.
I love that too, Silver Streak. I love how almost anything can be canon. Like this Spider-Man is canon in the comics.
He is now. He has his own little mini series.
He was in the credits
Down
of
here,
Spider-Verse.
fight me like.
He was in Spider-Geddon.
Yeah.
Well, he's in. No, I mean like he's part of the movies are like their own canon.
Oh yeah, the movies have made the decision to not be canon. That's their fault.
Before there's no evidence left.
But yeah,
If I go in this way, they'll destroy all the evidence. I should look for
Oh yeah, we have
sneaky
the
way.
spider scan.
oh,
so
are you going to remember to use this scanning device?
Shut the fuck up, Jen. We're not even half an hour in.
I wasn't going to say
This may be a
anything,
dirty
and then,
criminal, but he
you
has
know, the game
remarkably
gifted me
clean
the
hands.
perfect opportunity.
He said Ventress.
Ventress
Just
from
like-
Star Wars:
yeah,
Clone Wars.
Just Star
Star Wars.
Forgot my password.
Oh, Peter Parker, you funny guy.
Always wisecracking. I can't punch him if he's in the air.
That was me pre-stream trying to get my PNG tuber to work.
You were Spider-Man.
You better
Yeah.
do something. It's. You're gonna run out of time.
I'm trying to do my finisher, please.
What's
There we go.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He's charged up
Quick.
power.
You've got
Here we
only
go.
a
Let me
small
plug
amount
a
of
USB
seconds
into
to
this
go.
keyboard.
Aw, you guys forgot
Make
the
sure
latest
you go
promo
into the
patch.
computer menu and click safely eject. Spider-Man, we can say
Is
it!
the guy frantically erasing his search history?
After all these years, you're still just an ignorant child.
True, but that's part of my charm, isn't it?
Damn you. Get that door down now!
The fun thing about
Destroy
Spider-Man being in the original Spider-Verse was that they didn't know when they wrote him in that they didn't have the rights to it.
Amazing.
So they
Oh.
just assumed that Marvel had the rights, but they didn't have any rights, and they had to negotiate them afterwards. So, and that's why he's not really in the. I think they were going to use him in the Into the Spider-Verse.
We'll get
Wanted to
ready for
use
the
him,
main
but they
event.
found out that they.
Oh, that,
Well, I got another Spider-Man related rights story that'll be fun. But I'll wait a little bit.
Yeah,
before I
we'll
tell
have
you.
some open world stuff to talk
Yeah.
in a bit.
Absolutely.
we can't blow a web load today.
What's Diabolic, Kath?
Yuri, an explosion just.
I saw it.
Like
This
the
could have the whole place wired. I'm sitting
It's
in
a
box
movie?
with it.
I'll make sure no one gets in their way.
like the arena shooter.
Maybe? It's got a K in it.
But
Diabolic sounds like a streamer.
Sounds like an esports pro.
Exactly.
I think that's all.
You get me.
Yeah, I get
I know
you.
there's a. Oh, am I thinking of the right person, right thing?
It's clear. Move up. Hey guys, I guess bombs are part of Willie's getaway plan. Sounds like they're trapped.
You go after them. We'll look for the bombs.
Yeah, I am thinking of.
Ah, it's an Italian
Trapped in the
comic.
last explosion.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and it's the character of Phantom X, who is mostly mutant adjacent, was explicitly based on Diabolic.
Ah.
That's funny because I was going to say he looks like the Phantom
Billy Zane?
I'll let
with Billy Zane. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, well, except with the exception of it not being Billy, explicitly the Billy Zane version.
Give me a second here.
But yeah,
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh
happening?
no.
The accessibility settings crashes the game.
No!
Oh no! Oh well.
No.
Wow.
Crisis.
This is a crisis.
Crisis.
Womp womp. Diabolic.
Well, that sucks. You want to tell a story about Spider-Man rights, Kian?
So, if you go onto the Wikipedia page for a list of Spider-Man video games, one of the first games that is listed, because it is one of the earlier Spider-Man related video games, is the 1989 Mega Drive Sega Classic, The Revenge of Shinobi. The Revenge of Shinobi is a side-scrolling platformer where you play as Shinobi, who's like a Joe Musashi, cool ninja guy, goes around with a samurai sword, is very much just like kind of a pastiche of a bunch of, that kind of action film. And as such, one of the levels has a boss fight against several famous characters. You fight. So one level basically has the boss fight be Batman, and then you fight Spider-Man, and then Godzilla.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And one of there's the Terminator shows up, and Rambo is there as well.
Trapped by the last
And
explosion.
Goku's there.
And it was the thing is that in the original release of the game, it was just a blatant disregard for copyright. You'll need to do a side story.
Yes, good shout.
And also be sure to turn the audio QTEs on before the game crashes.
Yes. I was just going to change them to holds.
Yeah.
Because
That's what we did
some
as
of them I want to fail.
Okay.
We're pinned down.
Don't worry, I'm coming.
I'll lift you. When you're freaking out,
Creeping.
if you can walk, I'll be in there, got it?
But they did. It was just a blatant disregard for copyright, and they just did not care. Yes, Batman transforms into Spider-Man when you kill him. It's
Amazing.
very strange. But the thing was, at the time, Sega was also publishing and developed the Spider-Man arcade beat-em-up, which had a very unique roster in that the four-player characters
Willie.
in it
Come your
are
way.
Spider-Man, Black Cat,
Spider-Man, it's
Hawkeye,
How we
and
doing, Captain?
Namor.
Oh my god, I said I didn't want to talk about Namor.
Well,
I
I'm sorry.
played that. I played that with Ginger and
Could be
Bree
better.
at Totem.
Our choppers took
Ah.
Yeah.
We just had to ground
What's
that
your
last
problem
one.
with Namor?
If Fisk calls in a chopper, we have no one to stop it
Well,
from
that's how I
landing.
pronounce his
And
name
no one can
anyway.
chase him if he flies
I'm
away.
sure that's how he pronounces
Why
it
do I
too.
get the feeling that's what he was
Exactly.
planning all along?
Because he
I mean, I
probably
suppose we won't find out what the official pronunciation is until
Aquaman 2.
Probably in a
World
cartoon.
of Wakanda.
Yuri,
Wakanda forever. No,
World of Wakanda was the MMO.
World of Wakanda is a potential TV series,
Oh, okay.
and also was a comic.
Press me to dodge rockets.
I don't think I will, thank you.
Is there a reason why you didn't dodge the
Oh,
rocket?
it was funny, wasn't it?
Probably.
You did. You are now down to less than half health. Just FYI.
I'm
So-
good. Watch this.
She's good at the video game. It'll be fine. So, anyway, they realized they actually had the license to Spider-Man in video games, so they re-released the game with Batman changed to a nondescript bat person super villain. But Spider-Man was still Spider-Man. They edited out all the other copyrighted characters to non-specific versions of themselves, but they could keep in Spider-Man because they technically have the Spider-Man license, which is such a silly thing. And the game opens with a copyright screen of Spider-Man is owned by Marvel. Now, why is Spider-Man fighting Joe Musashi? Because Joe Musashi is also a good guy. Don't worry about it. Just don't think about it.
No, it's the Spider-Man from Young Justice.
Oh.
It's fine. That one is a bad guy.
What's his name? Like Black Spider?
Yeah, I think it's Black Spider.
And then in later re-releases, they no longer had the Spider-Man license, so they had to
Weird.
edit Spider-Man out again.
Who has the Spider-Man
Aw.
license now?
Marvel.
Oh.
Must be somewhere
Marvel.
ahead. Hope they're okay.
Who knows? Who knows who has the license to put Spider-Man in video games at the
Yeah.
moment?
You guys all right?
You could never
We were just
guess.
about to call for backup.
I think I'm it.
Lead the way. We'll be right behind you.
Good luck.
Heads up, boss.
I wouldn't want to be in front of the riot police.
Oh no! Cops are bad.
This
Just
one's
like in
so
real life.
close to ACAB.
Yeah.
This is so close.
One of my friends has said that as much as he wants to play Spider-Man, he doesn't think he can play Spider-Man because of the cops being in it in a positive light. And I'm like, well, I guess you should stop playing 90% of video games then. So,
Shout out to Spider-Punk.
Hmm.
Hobie Brown.
Yeah. And explicitly anti-cop Spider-Man.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Wait. Tigger.
He's so scared.
He hates it.
Yeah, I knew Hobie Brown in terms of Spider-Punk before I knew about Hobie Brown in the actual 616 universe. So when Hobie Brown turned up in a Spider-Man comic, and it wasn't Spider-Punk, I was really
Good
confused.
news is, they were Willie's last line of defense. I'm right outside his office.
Just, you know,
Take it down,
multiverse.
now.
The
With
explanation is
pleasure.
always multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Something I don't love in this game is when it's this close camera angle and Spider-Man does this like hunched forward run.
Yeah. Because this does nothing for his ass.
It's because he's not really supposed to be on the ground most of the time, I think.
He still made this.
So he looks really weird whenever he has to actually run around.
Quick
It's
reminder
really cool
that
when you decide to run on the streets.
quick reminder that you too have the chance to have Zoe realize her magical
Writing
girl
your
form.
memoirs? Don't
If you
forget
wanna
the hyphen
donate.
between spider and man.
If
He
you want to
said
donate
that,
some
man.
frog coins.
I won't be long.
Yes.
The funny joke.
I will transform. I will become
Surprised you made
Spider-Man.
it this far.
Whoa.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Your foolishness.
You mean Sean Connery's Spider-Man?
And Loz, I will tell you the answer to that if I transform.
But you can only
Damn,
donate
I-
2k. We gotta
see
convince
you, right?
other people.
I have,
man.
I have a joke lined up.
I was just gonna say it. Damn, you're fucking strong arming him.
Oh, for me?
1989.
Gotta wait for an opening.
Gotta wait for an opening, you know.
Why was it like that?
What are you doing? I never considered this. What the fuck?
Webs.
Webs? When have you used webs before?
How is this happening?
What's wrong, Willie? You seem angry.
I will destroy you.
Is that,
Last shot.
I know that voice.
It's Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
No, as in the voice
Yeah,
of
I know,
Wilson
don't
Fisk
worry.
is
That gave me an opening.
I'm taking the piss.
Sorry, I love him getting hit by the table. And he's like, that gave me an opening.
If you just type in Wilson Fisk actor, of course, Google will helpfully say it's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Although we all know the best
I think you know the first one
actor-
I thought was Michael Clark Duncan was the first one I thought of.
We all know the
Cool,
best
cool.
actor who played a Spider-Man villain is Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
As the
can't do
Rhino.
this again.
I know.
Oh my god.
I love the movie right now.
We were on the other fucking day. We were doing Dark Souls 3, and I was talking about the Hobgoblin, and nobody believed me when I said the Hobgoblin was a real Spider-Man villain.
I
The
know the
Hobgoblin is the real
Hobgoblin's
Spider-Man
fucked
villain.
up.
Yeah, these two know the Hobnoblin's
It is
real.
Travis Willingham. I
No.
thought it was. Sorry.
Did you just say the
Wilson
Hobgoblin?
Fisk.
Sorry, the
Wilson
Nobgoblin.
Fisk.
The Hobgoblin just eats all your biscuits.
Not the Knobgoblin, then.
No.
I'll have you know, I've watched a YouTube video talk about the complicated history of Hobgoblin.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
he's
something
really
of an
just the Halloween version of the Green Goblin. That's all he is.
They wanted to bring back, the mystery. Who is the Goblin? Since you can't have a Green Goblin anymore, really. Except they fucked it up, because no one knew the answer.
Certainly not on this stream.
Just like Battlestar Galactica.
and the one person who did know, they fired, I think.
I for many years thought that the Hobgoblin was always Harry because of the cartoon. Where Harry was the Hobgoblin.
I think like Green Goblin 2 or something. Harry. I don't actually know.
Young Goblin? Franco Goblin?
Don't actually
Neo
think
Goblin.
that any of the times that I've read Spider-Man comics, I don't think that Harry Osborn has actually been around in it. So I have no comic relationship with him at all.
He turned up briefly in the bit I read.
There we go.
It was mainly his dad turning up and being like, "Oh, your disappointment. Oh."
I mean, Norman's always there. Oh man, you're.
I'm fine. I'm
you're
fine.
Not... Have you actually healed at all since you started
Yeah,
playing? Oh, okay.
I saw her do it.
I don't know.
He kicked this dude! He kicked this dude over!
Have some of this.
That's just bad business!
You know how Mario Kart adds heavy versions of characters? So you can play the same character, but you get a different weight class.
Yeah.
It's heavy Lex Luthor.
He literally said, "I'll enjoy this," while you were punching him in the face.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad we're both having fun.
He's a crit roll. It's Travis Willingham.
Ah,
I knew
right.
I knew his voice.
Yes,
You're
that's
gonna say he's a crypto bro.
Travis Willingham, as everybody famously knows, was Pei in Virtue's Last Reward.
Ah, and Illidan. Oh,
He's also like one of like 5 members of the crit roll cast that was in Marvel's Avengers
Oh.
cartoon.
I don't think anybody knows about any of those things. I think everybody knows Virtue's Last Reward.
I know. I mean, sure. Just smile and nod, boys. Smile and nod.
Kind of. I know enough about it to agree it exists.
I suppose it's a good thing that this man is like weirdly strong for an allegedly average human. Otherwise, people might have something to say about Spider-Man beating him through several levels of his tower.
That's got enhanced durability.
he's a billionaire. Of course, people are gonna have things to say.
Or he's an allegedly normal human being.
He is 100% muscle.
Finally off to Rikers, huh? You know, I think you've got more enemies in there than I do.
If you think this will be more than a minor inconvenience...
Whoop, gotta go. Hey, good luck, Willie. I have a feeling you're gonna need it.
Idiots!
Later,
I'm
loser.
the one who kept order in this city! 1 month! In 1 month you'll wish you had me back!
I really
Good luck,
beat that Willy.
The Kingpin is heading to prison. End of an era. I feel like I should celebrate. Maybe take a vacation.
You got some new clothes, but I can see your thighs. Spider-Man.
I wish that this was cut in more convenient places.
Right?
Y'all
this
get
was a
too
woman-
thirsty for
Like we're all thirsty for Spider-Woman.
Spider-Man, apparently.
I am so annoyed that there isn't any sort of Spider-Gwen outfit.
Yep.
Why would
Like-
you put Spider-Man in a Spider-Gwen's outfit?
Jen,
Okay.
just let us
It
have
wouldn't
it. Please.
Look as cool.
Just let us have it.
It wouldn't look.
please.
He wouldn't look as cool.
I agree, but you can.
What the fuck? Why are you starting out with 4 skill points? What the fuck?
I pre-ordered the game.
Wow.
This is exactly the same way it went down last time.
Wow, what the fuck?
But all I'm saying is, you can add a little bit of... You can take Spider-Man's model and, like, stretch some vectors or something to make it a Spider-Gwen. Just add some tits, and then we're good.
Just let him have a bit of thigh.
Yeah.
I do think he should be a little. It would be fun if he was a little Nightwing thicker. You know.
That's what we're
That's what-
saying. Where's that mod?
No, don't. It's not safe.
I'm sure that someone's already turned him into Nightwing.
Like, look,
So-
if they put him on the Game Boy Color, they
enthusiasm,
can
but
turn him into
sometimes it gets him
Nightwing.
into trouble. Better get there before he
Nightwing,
hurts
the
himself.
only consistently objectified male character in Super Comics. It's
Okay,
only
okay,
Nightwing.
okay. I have a very important question. Which Spider-Man logo do you like more? The normal one that's on his front, or the chubby one on his back?
I love his chubby one on the back.
Like, wide
When I-
one.
When I was playing this game, as soon as I got all the outfits, I went through and ranked all of the logos.
We're gonna have to do that again, when we get all of them.
Well, definitely remember.
Somebody get on making a
everyone will
tier
love
list. Especially including the one mod Spider-Man suit I've installed.
Whoa!
that. Oh! Wait, which
We'll
one did you get
never
rid of?
know.
We'll find out.
I want to know which is your least favorite Spider-Man outfit that you wanted to get rid of.
I don't know.
Could necessarily. I didn't make the mod.
Yeah.
Maybe I just like
Yeah.
this one more than whatever that one is.
So hey, what's our experience with Spider-Man?
Yes! Thank you, Kian. I played this game and I watched Spider-Verse, and that's about it.
And
Wow.
I have read from
Canada?
the... Sorry.
Did you say EGAD?
Is it Canada?
Canada?
And
Is it Canada? Guess so.
I read the latter half of Dan Slott's run, which is from the end of Superior Spider-Man to when he finished. What? I don't know what issue it was, like 700, 800, 900? It's a big number. And I have read quite a bit of the additional stuff, like Spider-Gwen. I've read all of Silk, I think. And I've read all the adjacent Spider-Verse stuff, like Web Warriors. Shout out to Spider UK. Woo!
Have you played
Oh.
this video game?
May
I-
Spider UK rest in peace.
I can't
Long
believe they
live the
killed
new
him.
Spider UK.
Oh, there's a new one. Okay.
Oh yeah, and she is super cool. She was introduced the Edge of Spider-Verse comic that came out this week, I think, which has there was a Gwen story
This tree.
and there was a new Spider UK
That's
story.
tree, baby.
I am excited to find out about that.
They made
She's
tree.
really she's cool. I would warn you that it's really
Look at him, little guy, little fella.
it's
Wait,
really
so-
badly edited was what I was going to say.
Okay.
There's a bit where an English person asks for a flashlight, which, rack off.
But yeah, and also I've played this game. I have various miscellaneous Spider-Man knowledge just from being on the internet.
I am currently in the procedure of playing this video game. So I've not finished this game yet. I'm currently playing it at the moment. I'm enjoying it very much. I'm excited to play more of it after this stream. But so I'm, currently the least knowledgeable about this video
So
game.
no spoilers
But
about the rest
but
of this
I-
game.
Yeah, but I also have the freshest memory other than Cass of it, and then I assume because I was literally playing it last night.
When did Cass play it?
Right now.
Okay.
Before now.
We'll get
what
we'll get that.
Yeah. My Spider-Man knowledge is largely from watching the 90s Spider-Man cartoon on Fox Kids. I watched that religiously every week. Absolutely fucking loved it. It's fucking beautiful. That show isn't actually very good, but it was a big part of my childhood, so it and that show went some fucking places, can I say?
Which Spider-Man is this? Wait, are you calling out the 90s Spider-Man?
I'm
The
talking
most comic accurate Spider-Man?
the I'm
Radioactive
talking about
spider blood?
I'm talking about radioactive spider blood.
Yeah.
1994. Like
That is the most beloved Spider-Man cartoon.
I don't get me wrong, I love it. But my god, it's so much.
Well,
So
it's 'cause
much
it's
happens
comic
in that
accurate.
show. And not all of it good. That's that was my main lens of Spider-Man knowledge growing up as a kid. And of course I watched all the movies as they came out. And everything. And I've played a ton of Spider-Man video games. there's a lot of Spider-Man video games that aren't very good, but I still played them anyway because they were Spider-Man. There are quite a few Spider-Man video games that I would say are good, and this is definitely one of them. I can tell you, like, this game is better than Spider-Man Return of the Sinister Six on the NES.
Oh.
And Spider-Man and the X-Men and Arcade's Revenge, definitely better than that one.
Is it my go?
Yeah.
I've not really read any Spider-Man comics. I read the beginning of Ultimates Ultimate Spider-Man back when that was relatively contemporary, but I did not keep up with it even slightly.
So as the wizened old person at the at the end, my time with Spider-Man started all the way back in the actual 90s. What I was a big fan of the 90s cartoon. I did actually really like that because my friend liked the X-Men cartoon. I liked the Spider-Man cartoon, and that was kind of the way it was divvied up.
There was a rivalry? Could you not like both?
Oh, it wasn't a rivalry, but it was like he knew more about X-Men, I knew more about Spider-Man because we were slightly more in, but we still like both of them. And then
I love the X-Men cartoon. That one's also like
both of those 90s cartoons were extremely comic storyline accurate. So they were they basically just distilled down the most popular or most important stories and just went through them in order. So that's why people love them so much. I remember liking that. So I started with Spider-Man then, and then I read a little bit of Ultimate when it first started because I was trying to get into comics, but it was really hard because I had no access to a comic book store in 2001 in Australia. So I had to find them at a newsagent's. And finding American format comics was never easy. So yeah, I read a bit of Ultimate, and then not really a lot happened, and then I finally got to a point where I had access to comics. I did actually read Spider-Man for a little while, but I kind of went off him a little bit, which I felt bad about because Peter Parker had always been one of my favorites. But then it didn't. I was like, I don't know, this doesn't. I'm kind of bored, actually. I never read Dan Slott's run. I just sort of witnessed it from the outside as it impacted across other things. So I picked up every now and then. I've read the most recent actual Spider-Man comic I've read would be Chip Zdarsky's run as writer on Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which just kind of really got Spider-Man for me.
And when was that?
That was, God lords, that was a long time ago now, wasn't it, Chip?
Is that the name? The name of the thing?
Yeah, it's the name of the squirrel.
Oh boy.
Spider-Man. No, not Life Story, because I didn't like Life Story.
So do you remember what year around it was?
Oh God! Now I just feel really, really old. It's not even. It's just that it's much longer ago than I realized. So I did that, and that got Spider-Man. So I loved it, and then I've spent most of my time with Miles since he officially joined the main Marvel continuity. I've read his book, and I read Spider-Gwen, and I read Silk, and the not actually Spider-Man adjacent Spider-Woman.
Brook boy. Brooko boy.
And have you read any Spider-Man 2099?
I have read actually some 2099. I do have a big soft spot for. Sorry, what his nickname Miggy, because his name is Miguel.
Yep.
Miguel O'Hara. He's
both Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
Latino Spider, the Latino
Oh.
Spider-Man from the future with the incredibly Irish surname,
Listen, it happens.
Mhm.
who is voiced by Oscar Isaac in Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
exciting. But yeah, so like my spider experience obviously does involve all of the movies for him as well, and I've liked all the Spider-Men in the movies. But cartoon wise, I think the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon that was on Disney for a while was probably one I liked the most. That was the one where he had a team of like White Tiger and Nova and
You're gonna say he had a team of white people.
No.
and Power Man and Iron
5,000?
Fist. No, just Luke Cage, a younger Luke Cage, and a younger Iron Fist, obviously.
Wait, which show is this?
It was Ultimate Spider-Man that ran at the same time as Marvel's Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy cartoons. So like I want to say 2014 rings a bell. Oh, 2012 it started.
That was during the fucking Drake Bell Spider-Man era.
Ugh.
Yes,
Oh.
that is. I mean, it didn't mean anything to me because I don't know who that is. That would.
Best we don't talk about him, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, you know what was good? Spectacular Spider-Man, the other cartoon with Josh Keaton as Spider-Man.
Hell yeah.
I actually watch any Spider-Man cartoons.
What the fuck?
I know.
You're
I've
the
only
cartoon
ever read
girl.
Spider-Man.
You're the one who knows cartoons.
I am.
Yeah.
Well, I would recommend that. I liked Ultimate Spider-Man storylines. In
I've not
one of
actually
the
watched any
episodes,
Marvel cartoons.
in one of the episodes, Spider-Man and Wolverine swap bodies.
Oh, I
Which-
remember
Oh
hearing about
boy.
that.
It's really great. It's very funny.
I remember hearing about that.
It's strong.
But I'm very sorry, Keen. I've not watched any Marvel cartoons ever.
Earth's
I need to pick
Mightiest Heroes. Sorry, I think it's like the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. They were good. And then the sort of follow-up, which I think they just called Marvel's Avengers or something like that. Avengers Assemble, they called it, sorry.
Okay.
That one's good as well because like they do like a couple of normal seasons and then it gets like they start devoting them to like specific stories, and the last one is really Black Panther heavy, which is really cool. And Ms. Marvel is in that as well as a whole bunch of cool people.
Oh, I need to read Miss Marvel.
Yes,
Can we get out of? Can we free cast for photo mode prison?
But I wanted to talk about Venom. I wanted to talk about the Necro Sword and the Dark God
Venom.
Null.
You got
Venom,
Tim. I got one more
1990.
layer. Look,
Venom is
Brock Boy
such
versus-
a 90s character. He's so spiky and
Yeah.
1990s and edgy.
Like, I read some of his 2015, 2016, 2017. It was around that era. I read some of his stuff there, and man, was it edgy. We
Yeah,
had
it's like
anti-Venom and shit.
yeah, there was because Flash Thompson becomes Venom for a while.
Yeah.
And then they decided
Go back to
to
Eddie.
go back to Eddie and then have like them canonically say "I love you" to each other or something. So all the Venom stans got super obsessed with it. And I was like, it's so 90s. I
But
can't.
then Flash turned into
take it.
Agent Anti-Venom. So it's all fine.
And then he died because of course he did. They made him an Iraq. Well, I suppose now he can't be an Iraq War veteran because time has moved on. But
Yeah.
so he's just a generic war veteran.
What
But,
is Yeah Boy's powers?
He's got electricity. Look, he goes zap.
Zap.
What the?
Okay, cool. We're good to go.
Get us out of here.
Are you actually going to save that photo image?
Yeah, it's saved on my hard drive. If you want it,
Good.
you have to contribute more frog coins to Zoe's magical girl reveal.
Mhm. When we do eventually raise enough, for the transformation, can you like vibrate me?
Not at the same time. You know how OBS works.
No, but like you can vibrate for a moment, then take a pause and then switch it around. You know?
Sure.
Perfect.
Let's keep playing this video game.
Oh my god.
If you want to see Cash
Oh my
shake me,
god.
then donate.
That was
Sorry,
a
I'm late.
spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm covering my eyes.
He's forgot about it again.
Jump scare. Talon's jump scare.
Who is this man?
The grant
We're
committee's
not
director
playing
will
that
be here
game.
soon.
Oh my god,
It's
Will.
fine, Parker. I invented this equipment. I think
So
I
it
can
was
handle
Peter
it.
Parker, the spectacular Spider-Man that Chip Zdarsky wrote a run on
Oh,
in 2017.
Why do neither of them have safety goggles?
he's wearing glasses.
Oh, man.
That's not a safety goggle. I had ethanol poured in my eye one time while wearing glasses.
Zoe.
On purpose?
Hold on.
Because it wasn't safety glasses, it was just normal glasses.
Oh boy.
Dr. Octavius, are you okay? Another setback.
I didn't do it, someone else did.
But we're close.
Oh, it's old Spider-Man.
Is anyone hurt?
No, it was all my fault. The energy levels
I miss her,
exceeded our
Spider-Man.
expectations. From a certain viewpoint, that's a very positive development.
It doesn't smell very positive.
I assure you, in the next phase.
Let's
He's an
not
old
get ahead
man.
of
If he has an
ourselves.
accident, that's fine.
Your face doesn't
Is
smell
there somewhere
positive.
else we can discuss this?
Maybe you should take the rest of the day off, Peter. But we'll talk later.
Who hired this child?
How's he been Spider-Man for 8 years?
What's the thing?
He was Spider-Man when
Well,
he was
he's-
born, that's how.
He's 8 years old.
No doc said take
Because if he's been Spider-Man for 8 years, then he's meant to be 22.
Oh, I'm older than Spider-Man.
Don't think about it.
little guy.
What if Arm passed? You can't complain about us making cum jokes and then jerk off the robot arm.
What are your wishes, Doctor? Okay.
No! No! How does that even work?
Well, Zoe, okay.
Why did you program me to feel sad?
Samples of every type of prosthetic in existence.
It isn't good if they don't feel shame.
Subject, Lance Corporal Texador. Lost his arm overseas and now just wants to hug his daughter again.
I have literally just seen that Will.
It's amazing how quickly
I've
Will
never heard
standing
one
up.
armed hug.
I remember when our prototype used parts.
Apparently, I don't need to tell Spider-Man life story.
It's the best bit of the game!
Yo, do you
Puzzle.
like
Science.
puzzles?
Yeah, I
Science
do!
the game.
Do you like Bioshock?
No!
Wait, is this the
Circuit burned
lines?
Yeah.
Oh no, it is.
I've been here to
Oh,
do the
this is just
pre-check
like the
of
train track
copies.
puzzles in the newspaper that I do all the time.
Got it.
I like solving pipe dream puzzles. I'm
Need
sorry.
to reroute servo control.
Man, I wish science was this easy.
It isn't?
Nice.
Oh no.
Okay.
Although I must say, this is very much modern AAA video game being like,
Now rebalance
okay,
the
listen,
voltage.
you can't have too much fun in the opening hour of the game. You gotta give them some fucking pipe puzzles first.
Yep.
You gotta do your homework before you play the game.
Thankfully, there is an option in the accessibility setting to skip puzzles, and that's how I got 100% in the in my spectacular Spider-Man run.
Wow.
I did that in like under 20 hours. Yeah, I needed
That
to.
worked.
You know how the quest is called my other job?
Yeah.
Do it with the robot again. That's what he was referring to.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Hello,
I'm
my
using the wrong
baby.
stick.
I was
Yes,
like, what do you say?
please.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my dear.
Now I can pet a dog.
Yes.
Ah.
Oh, no! No!
No, not again!
Doc's been testing new materials for
You know, the robot arm was working perfectly before. It only needs that much movement.
May as well dig in now.
Oh, it's the other minigame!
Yeah, let's go! The better one!
Doc was
You
testing a
think
new
this
Well,
one's better?
I love
one?
this, honestly. Whoa, why is the cursor like this?
I wouldn't
Destiny,
rank them.
baby! Why does this part have a Destiny cursor?
Fuck. I'm using my mouse.
No, seriously, why does this part have a Destiny cursor?
Yeah, seriously.
What, like...
Yeah, it's so bad. Hydrogel polymer composite. That's what I said.
Strong, but there's a lot of impedance. Better tell Doc to keep
Sorry?
looking for other materials.
Impedance?
Impedance.
Anyway, I love Mr.
Alright.
Octavius. He's
Get
just
outta
a
here before I
round
screw
old
things up
egg
for
of a
Doc
man.
again.
Yeah. He's a very nice man
Yeah.
who would never be mean.
What?
Let's come on, gang.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to go play Halo.
The people don't know
Spider-Man
what Octavius is.
Fisk make it to Rikers yet?
Not Rikers. Our boy
He's a nice
qualifies for the
doctor.
VIP
He's
treatment.
his boss. Okay. You turn up those textures. You want those free, sin-free, sugar-free, sin-free donuts?
Are you kidding me? That's as good as it gets.
This is as good as it gets.
The raft.
Well, that's better than it was.
Ah!
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 Ah! We need to go find the pride flags as well, because
Yes.
they're right nearby here.
Yeah. Sin free.
Just in case you weren't aware,
That's a sin-free Spider-Man right there.
Mhm.
Will is currently using titles of famous Spider-Man story arcs in as many different ways as possible
Oh
in the
yeah!
chat.
One more day.
It's been so many. They won't stop.
Hang on. Can we listen? All right, hang on. Have we? Is the time passed enough that we can talk about
What the
Spider-Man
hell?
No Way Home? Whoa! It's a cone!
What?
It's the cone, baby!
Why is that an option?
It's a sphere light, but I'll give everybody a warning. We're gonna talk about No Way Home now. Fuck you.
I can't believe they tricked us. They were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's like
Joining
Spider-Verse. Actually, it's one more day. Fuck."
But you're not getting Mephisto. We know you've been
Work me in
speculating
Electro
since
and the rest.
WandaVision. Fuck you as well.
Fisk should be honored.
I'm so
That's a
tired
steam
of hearing
company.
about Mephisto.
Can you swing by the precinct? Got initiatives that
Marvel
benefit from your unique skill
TV
set.
and movie fans
For
will
you,
not
Yuri,
stop
anything.
talking about Mephisto, and I'm
I'm
so
on my
over
way.
it.
If you want
It's like I
Mephisto,
already
watch
didn't really care for the character, but now I just really. The Pride Wall, I think, is just back down the street
Yeah.
as well.
What
But
if?
if you want Mephisto, you need to instead watch just the Shadow real-time fan dub. The devil is there. He's very funny.
What
He
if
goes,
the-
"Hey,
what-
I'm the devil."
Looks like Jameson's
What if
got a
Satan
new episode out.
was Spider-Man's
Number one
villain?
fan.
It was Satan.
What if Spider-Man fought a vampire?
What if he had suckers in his hands?
Hang on, this
It's about
isn't
the
right.
Fisk takedown.
I gotta. Yeah, this is it. Perfect. How do I get it? What happened? Where'd he go?
You've made Spider-Man
There is
disappear.
no Spider-Man in this picture.
There is a button for bringing him back.
Yeah. Look, hero visibility
Okay.
on.
He's just gone. We lost him.
Oh.
With J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you
Wait, that's a different voice actor for
affecting
Jonah.
our city.
This is Jared or whatever.
Oh.
This is the producer.
I don't remember ever hearing Jared's voice. I thought he was an off-screen voice, which made me laugh a lot.
And as always, if you order Mr. Jameson's book, Spider-Man, Threat or Menace, within 24 hours of our broadcast, you'll get an autographed copy at no extra charge.
No personalizations. Don't ask. Not gonna get it.
Welcome to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson. alerting you to the threats you don't even know about.
How many copies of
Let's
his
dive
book
right into
do
the
you think
calls.
that JJ actually sells? That he can afford to autograph so many and potentially many copies.
Tell me, are you a police officer? Prosecutor? Maybe an award-winning reporter with decades on the job like me?
No, I'm a plumber.
Oh, good. Then fix
True
my
hero.
toilet and shut up! Let me explain something to you about crime bosses. Soon as
I
one
hate how
goes down
if you
in a
ever
big
do a
month,
crime,
a
then
tracksuit
this
and a
podcast
drawer
gets
full of gold
interrupted.
chains, it's like
Yeah.
he's the next godfather. We're gonna have a gang war in the streets.
When I was playing this game, I did learn that I had to just sometimes just stop and sit if I wanted to listen to what things were saying.
Yeah. I hope it gets fixed in future games.
And you'll be singing a different tune when 3 new mobs
Assuming
are lining up to
some
charge you triple for
modder's
that
going to
same
figure
fire.
out how
Or
to
just break your
fix it.
legs. Goodbye.
Hmm.
Someday, Jonah, I'm gonna get you to say something nice about me. Someday.
Yeah, and it's going to be one of the most heartbreaking issues of a comic book you could ever read.
I love
That's
those.
Peter Pider, the
comics.
spectacular
Peter
Pider,
Pider.
spectacular Peter Pider, picked a peck of pickled peppers.
I did read those particular Spider-Man comics. They're really good.
Now that
That's
you quit
Peter Parker,
smoking,
the
what
spectacular
do you tell people when you come
Spider-Man,
up
Chip
here?
Zdarsky, and Adam
I need a
Kubert.
break from their crap.
Fair enough.
Yo, it's Yuri.
Why'd you call?
Yeah, talking to
He's
Yuri.
Yuri.
Nuisance ball.
Yuri
You got a black and white suit?
saying his own name to
No
himself.
ball this year anyway. We spent too much integrating Oscorp surveillance tech.
Worth it though, right?
It was. Until an hour ago. The whole system went down. Citywide. Every tower.
How?
They tell me someone sabotaged the central server, and now all the towers are offline.
Inside job?
Maybe. I'll figure it out later. Right now, we need to get the towers back online. Fast.
And you called me? Aw, that's sweet.
I called someone I could trust. Plus, the signals are scrambled, and we have no idea how to fix it.
Ooh. I love a challenge.
You break it, you buy it.
I thought you trusted me.
All right, here
Yeah,
it
so we
is.
get a
Time
look
for
at
the
this too.
worst
Input
mini
bins
game.
have been shifted.
We get a big side quest of being like, hey, cop surveillance, am I right?
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Also, this minigame is just the thing you do in fucking
In
Yeah,
Batman
in
Arkham.
Batman. Yep.
Okay. Not for me.
We just had a tower
I
shut
played
online.
Arkham
Was
City
that you?
Armored
Not
Edition
just
on the
pretty
Wii U.
Mac, huh?
Any chance you could do it to the other towers?
Sure.
It
but
runs
just so you
games.
know, I had to sync up with the tower to fix it. I'm
This is
seeing all
you're right,
crime
Cal.
data
It's
in
the
area
best
now.
Batman game.
Looks like there's a break-in happening near me.
Great. I've got units nearby.
Don't bother.
So
I'm
we
on it.
fucking cut you out, Cal.
You just face plant
Don't worry
Spider-Man
about
on
it.
the ground.
It's fine. So one thing I think is very funny is like how over the years, like lots of Spider-Man characters and like comic book characters in general, you know, will have different voice actors portray them and like different, you know, people play the characters and, you know, bring their own spin on it. Except J. Jonah Jameson, he has to sound like that in every piece of Spider-Man
Yeah.
media since the Sam Raimi films.
Yeah.
Since
He
they
must
cast
sound like
J.K.
J.K.
Simmons.
Simmons. You
Yep.
have to do a J.K. Simmons impression.
Because J.K. Simmons is J.J. Jonah Jameson from... He's like our multiverse's version.
Mm-hmm.
In other universes, he is J.J. But in our universe, he's just an actor called J.K. Simmons who plays J.J. in movies.
I'm pretty sure these guys didn't
And it's
forget
really
their
weird
keys.
whenever you hear J.K. Simmons in anything else. Because, like, I don't immediately think of J. Jonah Jameson.
All
but
right,
I do have that moment of thinking.
it's one of the perfect bits of casting. It's like how Robert Downey Jr. turned out to actually be Tony Stark, for example.
Mm.
And everyone, those people beforehand were like, "Oh, Robert Downey Jr." And then they had to eat their shorts.
My shorts!
He's not gay for Spider-Man. Spider-Man's his half-brother.
What are you
Not
talking about?
half, step-brother.
Is JJ gay for Spider-Man?
They're step-brothers.
In my universe, Spider-Man is Peter Parker should only be gay for one person, and that is
Now I'm
Johnny
seeing a circle
Storm.
near you.
You're in
And I'm
luck.
really
Yeah.
tired of people implying that he should be hooking up with
Ghost
dead
Rider?
ones.
Detective is in town.
Fuck.
Johnny Storm is the Human Torch. I'll have
Oh,
you
right,
know.
right.
You're thinking of
I'm
Johnny
thinking
Blaze.
I'm thinking of
who
Johnny
was-
Firefire.
you're
How
thinking
everyone
of-
had the context. We can
Johnny
all read
Fireball.
chat.
We did the Johnny Blaze bit earlier with Kath, and I was gonna say, Kath, what's Johnny Storm's name?
No, not Jim Hammond. And you know, look at Will with their. Oh, look, I know about comics from the past.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, oh look, I'm Will, I know the alt code for Interrobang.
Is the Spider-Man of Earth 53931 Spiders Man? Because I have already mentioned Spiders Man.
Is that the alt code?
Spiders, man. Yes, it's Earth 53931, the alt code for Interrobang.
Oh, Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
That's good.
Mona, get in here!
Oh.
Spiders Man. Look, Spiders Man was just a joke and an accidental spelling error until someone decided in I think this Edge of Spider-Geddon one that they were going to write the worst terrifying story about.
You just have
He's a
an
major player. He's a major player in Spider-Geddon, if I remember right.
You just have an automatic text replacement that replaces a question mark and exclamation mark into an interrobang.
Yeah.
I have so much less respect for you now, Will. I'm sorry.
Will has a load of those. Mac B.
I love Interrobang.
Easy. Wait, where how's this? Oh, I'm controlling. I thought the. Okay, so the stick stayed still, and the circle moved. I thought it'd be the other way.
All
I
clear
guess
now.
you
I knew Jameson
helped
was
that
right.
lady.
Yeah,
You're a
it's
little
Gloria.
weird, but you got a good heart.
Gloria. Pokemon
Have
Sword and
you
Shield.
got somewhere to go?
I could
She
take
doesn't
care of
sound
myself.
British.
I'm sure you can.
It's been a few
but
years.
Just in case, there's a place called the Feast Center.
Seen it. I don't want charity.
They got the best wheat cakes in the city, hands down.
Wheat cakes.
Mom used to make those. Haven't had any
How
in a
down
long
wheat
time.
cakes? What you bond
I'll
over?
check it out.
What are
Connecting.
wheat cakes?
Spider guy.
So hey,
It's
I need to do
Oh well.
I need to do an informal
Should be able
poll.
to spot the next
of
tower from up there.
Who has ever experienced, like, in any form, like even just hearing about the concept of wheat cakes outside of being the thing that Aunt May makes?
Nope, never.
From his
There is not a single human being alive. I do not. I refuse to believe it.
Never outside of this game.
Are you narrating yourself?
What? No, of course not. The chief never did understand
Yeah, of
Spider
course
Cop.
he-
I do not like Spider Cop. I didn't like everybody asking for a Spider Cop outfit.
Time to talk about Spider Cop because Spider Cop is canon. There is
Oh,
a Spider
boy.
Cop.
Oh no.
He is on a monitor in Spider-Geddon, and this Spider-Man specifically points out and goes, "Hey, there's a Spider Cop." He's really excited about it.
Like sort of circling things round to Spider-Man Noir, who has been mentioned a few times in chat and things like that.
By our resident birthday boy Loza. Happy birthday, Loza.
There's there was an Edge of Spider-Verse story catching up with him, which was unexpected for me because I was under the impression that he was dead. So that was a little bit unexpected. But the funniest thing about it is, well, I don't know if this was the writer who asked the artist to do it, or if the artist made the choice themselves. But he's reading an Ayn Rand book.
Oh my
On
god.
his, and it's just perfect because Spider-Man Noir is meant to be that kind of dick in the comics. He's not fun Uncle Nicolas Cage like he is in Spider-Verse the movie.
You would never play with a Rubik's Cube.
He's meant to be a bit more of a. He is closer to your Rorschach vibe.
Forgot I attached tracking dots to these.
They're down here with me, all that
Remember-
kind of bullshit.
If you want to collect all the collectibles in this stream, you're going to need to donate some frog coins to get Zoe to reveal her magical girl form. We're only 7k frog coins away. So you can donate up to 2k. It's not going to be.
Tokens.
It's not going to be all of them.
Which you can
but-
spend to craft better gear. So they make you
Yeah.
have to get
It'd be a
it.
really cool animation for
actually-
turning into the magical girl that Cassie is going to do. So look forward to that if you donate your frog coins.
I didn't actually mind looking for the collectibles in this game.
Mhm.
The thing that I hated were the drone challenges.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Injured
yeah.
shoulder eventually
We'll
healed.
cover those.
Bill took a lot longer to pay.
Yeah, the backpacks are fun.
Oh, Peter.
Thank you,
I do
Will,
get
for your
emotional about
donation.
Peter Parker because he's just trying his best.
It's just a baby boy.
He's just trying his best.
Just the lads, you know.
Oh man.
That's why I
Trying to
said,
make
like-
it out on his own.
JJ in normal Spider-Man, you can kind of get on with a little bit, like, because he doesn't know that Peter's a kid, and when he finds out when he realizes how young Peter was when he started, ripping into him all the time in the Daily Bugle, he genuinely feels bad about it. But in Spider-Man No Way Home, he knows from the start that this is like a 17, 18-year-old kid, and he
That's
just
true.
ruins his life in the most horrific way. And I was like, I don't think that it doesn't quite make sense that people would let him get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, he was going for like an InfoWars thing, and
Yeah.
Alex Jones.
I know
does
what
the
they
same
were
thing.
trying to. Yeah, I got what they were doing, but it was like. It just. I guess they made JJ an actual evil, mean villain instead of just like a humorous idiot.
Yeah.
Can't go too far with Jonah, because there are the times when he is a good guy.
Yeah, there are a lot of times where he's a good guy. I mean, sure, there's that whole thing with the spider, whatever they are, bots or whatever,
Yeah.
something to do with the scorpion.
Yo, thank you, Mandy and Cal, for donating to the Zoe Magical Girl reveal. We're only 1k frog coins away from seeing Zoe's Magical Girl form. So you, yes, I'm talking to you, could be the last person to donate to this drive and get us to the Zoe Magical Girl reveal.
More of them?
I
Guys,
love
If you
GDQ.
worked this hard at a legit job, you wouldn't need to be criminals.
There you go.
Woo!
Jen was
Jen!
holding out.
Wow.
So she could be the hero. Fucking God, fuck.
Somebody get Chad Kroger's hero playing.
It doesn't shake me.
Is this the
Yeah.
time when I admit that I actually don't hate that song?
Yeah, let me find the MIDI.
Listen, we all are allowed to enjoy one Nickelback song in our life.
Look at this photograph.
Be careful with what
too
you
loud.
choose.
I choose
And I
photograph.
chose Chad Kroger's hero from the original Spider-Man movie.
What's the name of Jake Gyllenhaal's character? You mean Mysterio?
Mysterio. Oh no, I'm Mysterio. Oh no. Jake
All right.
Gyllenhaal's Mysterio is particularly, mind you, Mysterio is actually my favorite Spider-Man villain because he's so ridiculous.
Where's a fishbowl?
Ta-da!
Yay!
Da-da-da-da-da.
Dun 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 dun.
I'm playing on the Wii now. Show off my Wii remote.
Okay,
You're
hold on a
using
bit.
motion controls.
Show off my Wii remote.
I'm playing Shattered Dimensions for the Nintendo Wii.
Yo, Shattered Dimensions. This is too
Shattered
big. Here we go.
The entire screen.
Shattered Dimensions, the video game that has Spider-Man Noir in.
Whoa! You brought it back.
The reveal.
Oh no! Now there's two.
There's two of me.
of them.
Oh.
Oh, Zoe
We're-
pointing at Zoe.
We're gonna play Wii multiplayer.
Are you making Matryoshka dolls?
We're gonna play New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
all with you.
Oh, there's more. Wait, no, the Wii only has 4 player.
Isn't it 5? One person could be on the gamepad.
That's Wii U!
Ah! I only
Can
have
you
Wii
add-
remote.
Can you not connect multiple Wiis together? I can't remember. That was the past.
Is there a Wii
fucking
LAN play?
LAN party? You gotta get Mario Kart Wii, play 16-player Mario Kart.
Did you do LAN Mario Kart Wii? I knew you could for Double Dash. LAN party, LAN party. We're gonna play Wii Party. We're gonna hide Wii remotes around the room.
Imagine if, oh my god! Crash the fucking game!
I am powerful.
Imagine if all of them spoke when Zoe spoke.
I can do that.
They're all gone.
And also add an echo reverb. It's fine.
But
It makes
even has
the
a
stream
slight delay.
unwatchable.
I would work out how to have a conversation with myself.
I like that one German bit. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to the game. Oh, I need to stop this fucking hero MIDI.
I've got you playing it because I have the stream muted.
You were doing Nickelback? And you didn't tell us? You were nickeling back?
Oh, I broke that man's neck.
Oh well.
Nickel is back.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Hang on, let me just. There
Look,
we go.
you know, the city is full of people who have been murdered by Daredevil that people are pretending he hasn't murdered. So I'm sure if Spider-Man occasionally busts a neck or two, it's fine.
Yeah, does Spider-Man have a no-kill rule?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most Marvel heroes don't kill.
Exactly. It's just that like Batman is the like most explicit one where everyone knows.
But most of them don't actually say I have a no-kill rule because they're
Yeah.
generally accepted because they're superheroes. They
I have a
not-
kill rule.
I'm not going to do a murder, except for Punisher. Obviously, he's always going to do a murder,
And Deadpool.
and Wolverine to an extent.
Yeah, like we.
It always makes me laugh how often they have Wolverine just go into a fight with his claws out
Sneak.
when he's just fighting normal people.
No, that's the Spider-Man noise, Cass.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thwip. Oh,
That's
10%
his
melee
fault.
damage increase.
Someone's
good.
made a Moon
Can't have
Knight
people taking
reference.
pictures of my 3 chest hairs.
Oh,
Tools I need
Peter.
for suit repair at the lab.
Transmask Peter.
Yeah, Peter Transmask.
I mean, yeah.
He can't have people seeing his chest scars. He only recently got his top surgery.
I'm so sorry I screwed things up.
Not at all, Peter. They're just nervous in the face of imminent tryout. They'll calm down. They always do.
Should I head back to the lab for cleanup?
Wait,
No, I'm stepping out for dinner anyhow. Short
Get out of here, floating man.
Hey there.
why are you attacking the general public?
Wish I could bottle and
Why are you
Right.
being a spider menace?
Sounds like he's left.
Oh!
Spider-Man.
Good time to.
Is that a rat?
Oh shit.
It is. Where'd you even come from, little guy? Or gal? Or non-binary rat?
Little guy brackets gender neutral.
This one's for you, Mona.
We're gonna progress through this game so quickly.
Here we go. This is Spider Mona.
Wow.
My suit in private.
So if the Clone Saga happened to you, what would your clone's name be?
And it would be hold on.
It has to be a really, really
Yes, I'll-
boring name.
Isn't it the anagram of your name with an X?
Oh my
Yeah, that's the
God.
joke I just made.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Because in the Marvel universe, your clone's name will be something really boring, like Ben Riley.
Like Cass.
I suppose it's Ben after Uncle Ben, and then a generic Irish surname.
It's Zoe, but with a 2 replacing the Z.
Whoa, that's sick. What are your powers?
Banjo Tooie.
Banjo Tooie?
Wait. Hold up. I'm through the looking glass here. in fucking Star Wars, when they clone, they just double a vowel.
Yeah.
Right? Who's Zoe Deschanel a clone of?
Oh my god.
Me? I thought we established this.
Cal's so predisposed to us bullying him. He thought I was saying Cal.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for popular New York City Marvel landmarks like 221 Bleecker Street.
Yes.
And
the Pride
and the
flag.
Empire State Building.
And this pool!
You missed!
10:30, we've got an armed robbery in progress.
It's a hip deep pool! What kind of pool is it? Does it have a deep end?
I wish I could move this freely in water.
It's a pool for the child billionaires who have property in New York.
That water looked so thick, it was like gravy.
Thick water.
Viscous.
Gravy swimming.
Have a nice day, Lolza. Get some rest. Love you, bud. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday. Wish all of us
Yeah.
happy birthdays. Join in too. Shout out to Emperor's New Groove.
I'm sure Mona will be happy with that. Do you need a gravy boat and a gravy pool? I guess it depends how deep it is.
Exactly. How deep is your gravy?
I love that song.
The Life Gravy Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Wes
underarm
Anderson
webs.
films, eh?
Thought they might help me glide short distances, but they never really worked. Look.
Too bad they don't work for you. They work for Spider-Woman.
When I interviewed there.
I'm Miguel
They
O'Hara.
paid well, but Dr. Octavius offered the chance to really make a difference.
Oh, Will. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Oh,
Will,
God.
you silly sausage.
Am I losing my mind? But the backpack icon in the pause menu is different.
That one is. But, like,
I don't
this is
remember
the
seeing that
token.
backpack.
This is the token icon.
Yeah. I mean, I just mean, like, the 3D model of the backpack there.
Yeah, I don't recognize that backpack.
Why is it different?
It's the pizza delivery hat. It's a reference.
Kath, here's your representation.
Oh my
Ignore the
god,
fact that
gang.
Ignore the fact it's Pizza Amigos.
Why is it? Why?
It's still a reference.
Why change the backpack in
That's.
the definitive edition?
I don't know. That's why I'm working on them, Will. And if you donate to my Ko-fi, the link's over there, you help me be able to fly quicker.
And also, if you can't fly, you have tits. Are you saying that that Miguel O'Hara has tits?
I've seen him.
He's thick.
Cover
He has
him
man
slush.
Before you go, can you sign this for my kid?
I mean, you do get to see all of Oscar Isaac in Dune, and boy's looking fine. So fair.
It's just all out in Dune. I heard there were sandworms in that movie, and
Hey-o!
You gotta walk with that rhythm.
Did you know that there, as a rap party gif, Oscar gave his I don't know what to call it. He gave his modesty sock, shall we say, to the director as his rap gift for the film.
Dick tube.
oh, all right. Let's go fix this suit up.
I said modesty sock.
I don't like this narrative Cal is crafting in comments.
Yeah, I think Kian is, if anything, a slut celebrator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's
He
you,
loves me.
Cal, who is the... Yeah, exactly. Can you get an immodesty sock? Yeah, it's fingerless.
I'd love to see normal Peter Parker with the face that he normally has, and I'm accustomed to.
Yep.
Gone for the
There
night.
he is.
Time
I
to
like the
sneak in
idea.
Some spider work.
I like the idea that on this version it has the normal face and it only loads in the new one when you turn it around. I just have to be quick enough. Oh.
We're trying to improve the prosthetics hardware.
Someone must be
I should
trying
review what
to
Doc's been
reconstruct
developing
his
and double-check
face.
work.
Yeah, definitely.
We're actually just
Hello.
playing as Ben Riley.
Oh, there's so many.
Also,
Like-
Slut Shamer Keen is actually the same Keen that's the Straight Keen universe.
Wow.
Also known as Evil Keen.
Doc
Wow.
was trying to improve the actuator's granularity.
Skip this content. Yes.
Super smooth response. See if we can
Nice.
tune the prosthetics grip force.
Oh yeah, it really needs to grip harder
Should
and
avoid
move
funk.
faster.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Doc's
I
hardwiring
don't know
in
if that
basic
carried
spatial
through, but I
mapping
apologize if it did.
No, I didn't hear anything.
to tune the
What'd you
overall
do?
gyro to
Brace
auto
yourself.
orient.
That's good. Considering it was a very loud hiccup.
Aww.
This will really. Doc's trying to lower the overall power.
And as
consumption of the
anyone who
prosthetic.
has heard me IRL can tell you, it sounds like
safer, too.
variously a squished budgie, a kicked puppy, a squeaky door, etc., extremely
The
loudly.
squeaky door.
Badder.
Cutscene.
Oh, I hope my boss doesn't walk in on me.
Parker,
Oh no!
what you got there? Chinese. If I know you'd be here, I would have. What are you working on?
Oh, just a side project.
Nothing.
Cosplay.
Of course. It's you.
I don't know what
Oh,
you're.
come on, Parker. It's obvious.
Let me explain.
I only wish you'd told me sooner.
I wanted to, but I was afraid that if word got out, my family might be in danger.
Huh. Yes. I guess if you design his equipment, you're bound to be a target too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry. Your secret's safe. Well, I'll leave you to it.
I was really uncomfortable seeing his face that close.
We love a good old misunderstanding to keep the plot not developing.
Because, like, they tried to map the old expressions onto this new model and it doesn't work.
Check your email.
I'm glad I get to do this in this cutscene.
This
Oh, I
isn't
gotta
how
walk
Doc
over to
fires
it.
me.
There we go. Riveting.
The revelation of your second job as Spider-Man suit crafter, is that the right term? Is a reminder of the good man
Trying to be
and
supportive of his
partner
gay
you are.
child.
No matter how hard you work, you still find time to help others. I hope you don't mind, but I noticed the suit was a bit damaged, and I took the liberty of sketching up some of my own improvements. Attached are a few ideas I had on how you could enhance his suit and help protect Spider-Man, who does so much for this city. Looking forward to the incredible work that we are doing and changing the world together. Your partner and friend, Otto.
Oh.
White
That's not what it
spider,
says.
huh?
Whoa. We make an advanced suit.
Whoa!
Hey, what are some of those suits doing there?
I pre-ordered the game.
Yeah, those are pre-order suits.
My dad has some of the suits as well, the pre-order suits.
I quite like this design, Will.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I really like this design.
I don't know why it's so orange.
That is a good point. I think that the color is a little off, but I think the design is great.
If it was a darker blue, maybe a slightly darker blue.
And a darker red.
But it means that it makes game Spider-Man really obvious when you see him because of the white.
The white spider.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Oh man, Miles Morales got a suit redesign recently, and it's so good.
New suit, same old me.
Show us.
Just as gay as ever. Whoa.
Whoa!
And that is the right term.
The power of pride.
The pride flag is shooting its load at
Go!
Spider-Man.
Why is the camera shaking?
Wibble,
It is
wibble, wibble,
intense.
wibble. Wibble, 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 wibble.
I just lost all the music. Great.
So you deserve.
Oh, all that dramatic music because you were doing such a good
Wasn't that
fun
shut down
time
when he was
swinging.
arrested?
No, it's one of his legitimate businesses. Multiple investors. We can't act without cause.
But now you've got that, right?
That's why I'm hoping you can keep an eye on the locations. Tell me if you see anything suspicious.
You got it. I'll be your nosy neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh. I just think that people are. I think people might be unhealthily obsessed with the Black Spider-Man suit. Because I
Report of an assault in progress.
2,
Please proceed to Bowery.
3,
I do not want Toby's face on this guy.
5.
That would make this problem even
6,
worse.
7. No, it's just eight of the top mods on Nexus are various ones that give him the Black Spider suit.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the third most popular mod makes Black Cat to have a boob window. So, you know.
Yep. I like that one of the gameplay tutorials in this, the like little gameplay tips is, you can just unsubscribe from Just the Facts. Just do it. You can do it in the settings.
I would never.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's back. So we got some other suits.
And I do
There's
will.
the classic suits repaired.
Classic.
Because they've got
You got Noir! Like from that video game!
Oh, the video game I'm playing right now.
Yeah. Scarlet Spider.
There's
Scarlet
Ben
Spider,
Riley.
Ben
Yeah.
Riley!
Spider Punk.
Yeah,
Spider-Punk.
Hobie.
Spider-Punk.
Your Iron
That's,
Spider.
Leslie.
that's
from Endgame.
Infinity
Infinity
War
War
and
even,
Endgame. Yep.
Yeah.
And the Velocity suit.
That came out in a comic from 2018, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say they actually put that in a comic later on.
Oh, and they
And
just
then
give
there's
me
all
all
the
this
movie
stuff.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah, these are like the
Alright.
the downloadable
Well,
suits.
we'll get to those
So
later.
you've got all you've got the movie ones, and
Do I have to buy those? No, I just have them.
No, you just have them.
no, they're all there. So like they've even got. But the thing is, they're right up to date with No Way Home because that's
Wow,
the black
yeah.
suit from No Way Home.
Yeah, it's the web suit, the amazing suit,
wait.
the stealth suit.
The No Way Home suit is there?
Yeah, black and
Yep.
gold suit. This
Oh,
one.
no way.
This
those
the
aren't
Friday Man, a Moment
Spider-Man.
Advance suit, Arachnid's Ryder
Yeah!
suit, Bombastic
Yeah.
Batman, Future Foundation.
Everyone loves Bagman.
upgraded suit. There you go. Yeah,
Mona just linked as Pizza Man Spider-Man.
thank you.
That I was going to say the Jamie McKelvey suit Will was asking about, which is the one underneath the Future Foundation one.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we got the Sam Raimi suit. There it is. Raimi.
Rainy. Yeah, so I love the
Yeah, that's the one that was designed by Jamie McKelvey.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. The Arachnid Ryder suit. This is my favorite one because he looks like he's a tokusatsu. He looks like he's a common rider.
Yeah.
I
sick,
really
right?
like the animated one that you unlock obviously at some point because the it's because it works so well, like how much it makes him look like he's an animated figure.
Time for Spider-Man to be a little gay.
Spider-Man.
Monitoring system the city was
We have found the one mod I installed.
Yeah.
I'm at a Fisk construction site, and there's a lot
great.
of guys here who aren't exactly constructive.
Whatever.
I can't
Dialogue,
believe you
interrupt
did.
my dialogue.
I wanna go find
Yo, it's Puddles!
I can't believe you didn't go for a Spider-Gwen mod that also
Looks like
gave
he
him
attached
tits.
an idea for a Spidey gadget.
Look, you gotta donate me a
Man,
lot
does
of
he ever
money
stop
first.
inventing?
I just want to see Spider-Man fly.
Yeah, that one's great too, Will. I can't wait for Miles Morales to be on PC.
I
Yeah,
need
I've
to make
never
sure to
played it.
play that game.
I haven't got any more crime tokens.
Looks like it could work.
You need to
Wait,
commit
you
more
don't, you
crimes.
just don't, you can't, you don't have it?
I just don't have enough to upgrade my web shooter.
Oh, to upgrade it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yo, Impact
Be
Web!
proud.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to ask. The Impact Web is a move you can do in the PS1 Neversoft Spider-Man duology. Is it from anything else, or is it literally just they brought back the move he had in
Oh shit!
in Spider-Man for PS1 in this game?
It's a gadget.
Yeah.
So it does this.
No, yeah, I know.
Oh, sorry.
No, what he's asking.
I misunderstood your question.
Yeah, I'm saying, is Impact Web a thing that he has in any of the comics, or is it literally just they brought back his move from the PS1 game? Because I recognize it as the PS1 game move, and I don't know if it's from something else.
I don't know anything specific off the top of my head. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in a comic, because it's something that could very easily fly under the radar for me. So, long story short, I don't know.
I'm going to continue to believe it's a reference to the PS1 Spider-Man game.
I believe in you.
Impact webs were invented by Ben Reilly. Who's Ben Reilly? Is he,
There was a missing comma. Invented by Ben. Really?
Riley.
No, Will said really.
Yes, really.
Really?
Y'all are a bunch of dicks.
Anyway, I love the impact webs. It's the best.
Yep.
Also, Will, you said that during the cutscene you were saying what? Hang on, where is it? Oh no, is Peter having a crisis? On how many Earths is Peter having this crisis? Well,
Infinite.
Someone's tried to make Peter look older in a mod. It's not worked.
Oh dear.
It's actually ended up making him look more like Tom Holland.
Dear.
Oh no.
Not less like Tom Holland.
Because this game's set in New York, technically he'd be having a crisis too.
perfect disaster.
Also, put it in context. Put it for context for stream, Jen. I need to see.
Oh, hang on. Shit.
Zappy.
Where did he go to?
Hang on. Do you have a,
Wait, you got an extra gadget there.
Yeah.
do you just have? Is that another pre-order bonus thing? Just start.
I think
with
so,
the
yeah.
drone? That's fucked.
Yeah, drone's real good.
Where did you go, Mature Peter?
Mature Peter?
I had him, and now I've lost him.
Oh.
Nope.
Game on.
There he is.
Oh! Got batted. Batting 1,000 over.
Can I not fire these? Oh, there we go.
Oh, did you buy Perfect Dodge, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I've played
I'm just
Bayonetta.
right. It's like Bayonetta!
Which time?
I do love a perfect dodge.
Where Spider-Man's Bayonetta skin, where whenever he shoots webs, more of his outfit goes away.
Oh, we're using that one.
Yeah.
Oh, thank fuck.
Anyway, I love how nonsensical it is when you knock a man off this building. He has a web attached to him that will attach him to a wall and makes him
That's
safe.
because Spider-Man does. I like that touch because Spider-Man doesn't kill.
Spider-Man doesn't kill people. He plants these expandable webs on
Yeah.
everybody.
And he uses guns on drones.
Also, no offense, Cass, but I hope you die a few times because his ragdolls are really funny.
His ragdolls are
They
so
are.
funny.
Also, yeah, that mod is too much like Tom Holland. Uncomfortable.
It's just very funny that they've made him. They're trying to make him look more mature and less like Tom Holland, and made him look more like Tom Holland.
Anyone want to surrender? No?
Someone must be able to pull original Spider-Man face.
I don't know how video game works, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, if people can pull the models from PlayStation games in order to make their pornographic animatics, I'm sure someone can do that to fix Spider-Man in the Spider-Man game.
That's the reason that they've not put me in a game yet.
Because they can't pull your tits out of it? Wait, what are we talking about?
Do you work for the same company that the Judgment guy works for?
Yeah, that's the joke I wanted to make, but I didn't remember the name or the game. So I thought, you know what? Give up. I'll make a slightly adjacent joke and hope that someone else makes it.
You're on one health cast. Congratulations.
I did it.
Place is locked down, Captain.
And I got all
Actually,
the
web
extra
cam.
tokens.
And
You're a
someone
little
finally
ball.
reported shots fired.
Well, that's in the
Top
Black
officers
Cat DLC.
inbound. Good work.
Yeah, 3 tokens.
Fisk has more construction sites throughout the city, vetting their fronts too. Keep an eye out, and report in if you see anything suspicious.
More crime
Slots.
tokens, damn it.
If I'm
I
gonna
love the
find all
bundles
Fisk's
of bad
construction
guys.
sites, I should recalibrate my mapping software to be more accurate. Using a depth map
Hang out with the
post-process on
boys.
photos of popular landmarks should do it. And I know just the one to start with.
You know what? I've just thought of a great frog coin reward we could have for the stream, and
Woohoo!
it's change the suit.
Yeah.
For like 1,000 frog coins or something.
And put a
Timer on it. Yeah.
Spam it.
Yeah.
And for 4,000 coins, you can unmagic me.
I'm not doing that. That's too much OBS work.
For $40,
Ops
you
work.
can unmagic me.
If you donate £40 to my Ko-fi, I will.
No, to my coffee.
If you pay me £40 on my Ko-fi, I'll remove Zoe from the stream.
Uh-oh. I don't remember agreeing to this bargain.
Here we go. 50 minutes, change to suit. Will has redeemed change to suit.
Homophobic.
Yeah. There we go. I'll do this one for you. Friend of the
Oh, do you-
stream, Jamie McKelvey's suit.
There's no democracy in which suit to change to.
Nope. It's my choice.
Can't believe it.
No, I don't want a pornographic cinematic to fix the game. I just want someone to pull the model from the PlayStation.
Like I said, it's already in the game. It's the Black Cat DLC.
Peter, good news. I think I smoothed things over with the grant committee. If Lance Corporal Texador's vetting tomorrow goes well, we should be okay.
That's fantastic, Doc. We're back on track.
Nice.
Provisionally, as long as our little incident escaped the mayor's attention. You'll be at the fitting tomorrow?
Definitely.
I hope you didn't knock out the lady, or whoever it was who was
Sure,
being
it's
held at
fine.
gunpoint.
I'll settle for not starting any more fires. See you tomorrow, Peter. Here's to a successful day.
What is... Hang on, I just need to go into the settings real quick. Gamepad. There we go. Yeah, all the crime tokens.
Like how you can do that. That's why your drone is killing the guy.
Oh yeah.
Listen, it's just, knocking it out. Knocking him out.
Oh, sorry. Legally knocking him out.
I do not like the little Tokyos in the Chinatown section of this city.
It was a little.
Mixing up a prototype web
Yeah.
fluid at Oscorp while Harry had his internship there. Didn't work. That place has always been bad luck for me.
What was he on the way for, Apples? Okay, can we...
I realised I'm delayed, so that on the way didn't work for the joke.
I don't know what it was for.
What? I don't understand.
On the way.
But Just Apples is delayed, so we're gonna have to wait for the, wait for the answer.
Yeah, so I paused the game for a few seconds so that Just Apples can catch up.
Pause the stream.
Oh no.
Can you pause the stream? I need to go to bathroom.
Mom, I can't pause the stream. It's online.
PewDiePie, be right back. I need to do my chores.
Did you say PewDiePie?
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
YouTube comment.
Okay.
It's a reference.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay, PewDiePie, I'm back 8 years later.
Oh, I was thinking of the My Little Pony. The one with
What?
pie in the name.
Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
I can understand that because they do both say slurs.
Whoa!
Oh no! Also, I can't believe that's fucking genius level deflection there, right there, Cass. Is that you confuse PewDiePie and Pinkie Pie, so nobody comments on the fact that you ran up the big tower thinking it was the little tower.
Nobody until you said that.
I mean, I was watching the gameplay and just wondering why you were going up and down, up and down.
I was trying to work out the context of
I
Apple's
never
joke.
gave this prototype spider tracer enough range to be useful, but I did adapt the tech into my web traps, which really come in handy.
Yeah, that was a weird Eurogamer stream, Will.
Did anyone ever play the PS1 Spider-Man games? They're great.
Nope.
Good.
I never touched a PlayStation until the PlayStation 4.
Well,
I was about to say same, then I realized I had a PS1 and a PS2.
Well, they hit me with that car. I gotta get out of here.
Lost him. What's
At
wrong?
one
Rob
time I was
the
playing
bodega.
Spider-
found
Oh no!
The Bodega Bandit? Is the
Cringe.
Bodega Bandit in this now?
cringe fail Spider-Man.
Where's that
Oh, well.
outfit? Mod that one in.
Will played the Spider-Man PS1 games.
Yeah.
You're moving this stuff for charity? All proceeds are going to the Wilson Fisk
Good old
Memorial
Empire
Fund.
State.
Memorial. He's not dead.
Time to grab a snapshot.
He wants you to take a picture in
I
game.
want to take a picture.
And you're not. Are you going to take a picture of?
Do you know where the Empire State Building is?
It's around here somewhere. There we go.
Map should be recalibrated now.
That's why they paid in the big bucks.
Haven't done much photography since quitting the
Peter
unit.
Parker just hands in so many photos that some of them just happen to be good.
Some of them happen to have Spider-Man in them.
He gets the best pictures of
Oh
Spider-Man
my god,
somehow.
so many of these. Yeah, reduces incoming melee damage, yeah. Increases the XP, perfect dodge, increases damage, yeah, I don't have enough crime tokens!
You need more crime.
Oh, maybe you should have stopped that crime that
I got
you
hit
failed
by a
to
car!
stop.
I was scared! Is that not allowed?
You need to do more crime.
Still got the camera out as well.
Hello?
Hey, it's
somehow.
Martin Lee.
Yeah,
Martin Lee,
friend.
my very good.
No, we need a little extra time to get set for May's party. I guess the cake delivery is stuck in traffic.
Oh, sure thing. Just let me know when you're ready and I'll swing by.
Great.
Good
Swing.
joke. Good
Okay,
joke.
That's a
time
reference.
to kill. Let's see what's happening out in the
What?
city.
It's a reference to Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's making a reference to himself, and they don't know. That's the joke.
Do you think every now and again he's talking to his friends like, man, that Spider-Man is really cool.
Here he has an
That was
8-pack.
sexy, you know?
He totally does. He 100% does that. Hey, what do you
That's
think
great,
of
Will.
Spider-Man, eh?
I don't know about you, but I feel like more people need to like pay Spider-Man after he saves them. Like, cause what a duty, you know?
He seems like
Yeah.
a real cool guy.
So that's not. It's not. You get it back,
Captain
man.
Watanabe gave me her cell number when she finally decided to trust me. She's risking a lot.
Oh, she did she?
Okay, right, whatever.
Sorry, I thought
Done.
she was done. Oh.
There's subtitles on the screen.
I read them. I read all the way through them, and I was like, whoop, 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 whoop.
Hang on.
Peter could never handle being
pigeons.
a hero for hire.
Pigeons. Spider-Man has a no-kill rule. But what about pigeons? If the pigeons fly into him and die, that's their own fault.
Just like when that
Spider-Man
goose flew
trolley
into
problem.
Fabio's
Oh
face.
my god.
Obviously.
Okay, so, and there's a crime happening on the floor. Someone's about to get murdered. But in order to go save them, he has to accidentally fly through a pigeon.
Is this the spider trolley problem?
Yes, it is.
Let's see.
So,
So hey, fun development
Hey,
facts.
Peter,
Oh.
we're all set for the party whenever you're ready.
I'm on my way.
All right, thanks, Mr. Lee. Like that pigeon at the baseball game, the one killed by Randy Johnson, the big unit.
The big unit. I got more crime tokens. I can finally unlock a thing. These are gadgets.
Yeah. Hey, here's a cool thing about this 4-year-old video game that everybody already knows, but I'm gonna say it because it's my thing on these streams is to be the one who's vaguely informed about things.
The one who knows too many things about video games.
Whoa.
you have a
Sorry?
prominent knowledge of many things.
Yuri Lowenthal recorded all of Spider-Man's lines twice.
This is about the rent.
Mm-hmm.
One where he's like slightly exerting himself, and one where he's having a casual conversation. And the game dynamically swaps between them depending on if you're standing around or web swinging.
He also does the exerted one if you're hanging on a wall, which is very funny to me. Because sometimes I'm just stationary on a wall, and he's like, "Oh man!"
It's very. He's very heavy.
Have you ever clinged to a wall before?
Available officers, please proceed to Bryant.
No, but also I don't have super strength, and I don't have sticky fingers.
Well, not right now. But like, eat some ribs or something. You can cling to a wall any day.
I'll try it. You buy me ribs, I'll stick to a wall.
Oh, we should go out for ribs.
I almost used them for evidence until MJ pointed out I was trespassing, so I'd probably end up in jail. Typical Parker luck.
Ironic, really.
Buy me my train ticket and the ribs, and then I'll cling to a wall.
Okay.
Has Sticky Fingers ever been in a superhero film?
That's a character?
Anybody?
It's a man!
Sticky Fingers is Kian's superhero OC. He's going to be showing up in the Masks finale.
Yo!
Sticky Fingers is a man! He's real!
I don't think he's real. You can't be real with a name like Sticky Fingers.
Hold on, shouldn't
like
the
Joe
like,
Chill?
shouldn't the advertising for these streams be our Masks characters, considering we're the superhero squad?
You make a very good point.
Sticky Fingers, he's one of the playable characters in Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yo!
Oh.
I was going to say, is he by any chance a rapper of some kind?
You'd be correct.
Crisis!
Crisis!
Sticky Fingers, he played Cedric in Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
Yeah! Mm-hmm.
Well, I've never watched that game. I've never watched that film. Imagine if the Leprechaun movies were a game.
Now, where did I put my bag?
Imagine a Leprechaun game. You're just playing as Warwick Davis, walking around, like doing Hitman, but you're like a little Leprechaun man. Killing dudes.
Unlockable Wicket, the Ewok skin.
I was gonna say, let's fucking hope no one ever uses that hose.
Probably in the kitchen.
Or also just find all of Peter's stuff.
It's just
They'll
his
be like,
normal
wait,
clothes.
Peter, are you living on the roof of the homeless shelter?
We literally have beds inside for the homeless.
Hey, Peter. What's up?
That's what I plan to do after my top surgery, Will.
Hey,
I thought
so sorry,
you were saying
Liz.
that you're planning to sleep on the roof after your top surgery.
Just keep her distracted while we get everything ready.
You got it. Hey,
May,
you're
I'm
my
pregnant.
favorite
Sure. What a nice surprise.
I mean, he is
Not
trans.
again.
He's got to worry about that.
Yeah, sure. Oh, there are some heavy boxes.
No. I mean, not yet. I mean, I came to, I just.
They no longer look related.
This is true.
Okay.
But why is this Aunt May ginger as well?
Peter.
Is another question that you could ask.
Are you
Wait.
in
She's never
trouble?
been ginger before.
Do you need
She's-
money?
Are they even related?
She's been taking too much goop.
No.
Yeah,
Actually, I
they're
can't.
actually
I can't remember which one is related to his
I still
parents.
wish you and
I
MJ could
presume
work things
I
out.
presume
If
Ben,
it's-
considering they both are Parker.
The two of
Yeah,
you
but
would make some
you
beautiful
could still both be Parkers by marriage, or something.
Peter.
I don't know.
Les and Les Parker.
What is it?
I'm going by 40s logic
You can
of
tell me.
most women will have taken their husband's name.
Well, they are from the
Chauvinist.
60s after all.
Working here,
Exactly.
sacrificing so much and asking for nothing. I just wish there were more people like you in the world.
He's right. 5 years ago, you walked in here and told
Wait,
me
where's
you were
Gloria,
inspired
though?
by my mission to help others.
She just showed up.
She's just
She
here for
loves-
the cake.
Inspires me.
Yeah, she
She
loves
loves her wheat
cake.
cake. She's like,
Thank
this
you.
is not the cake I asked for.
Here's for many more years of service.
Yo, was that Two-Face on the wall?
Oh, who took a bite of that cake that's still there?
That was Aunt
I'm
May.
just gonna leave it.
She leaned in and went.
I just wish I could do more.
Well, May's always told me if you help someone,
You help everyone. Maybe we should send May to City Hall to have a word with the mayor.
Oh, I gotta run.
Controller
Thanks
vibrates
again
when
for the
the
party
phone
and everything.
does.
It really means a lot.
It's 2011.
I wish if my phone went off, my
Voicemail
controller would
from Yuri.
vibrate.
Should check it outside.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to. I want you to look around back
People
here.
don't realize how many kids are homeless. 1 in 30.
This is not.
Oh my god.
This is what I meant for you to look for, but
Also, I noticed that they capitalized she in the title of this quest as if Aunt May is God.
she is.
Well, obviously, everyone knows that.
Everyone feels
Yeah,
hopeless at some point.
I'm just glad they adhered to
Helps to know
canon.
there's somebody willing to listen.
Is this what you were hoping for, Kian?
No. Keep looking. There's something.
Am I meant to go upstairs?
No. To the left. To the left. Behind you.
Feast store.
To the left. To the left.
To the left. There it is.
The feast store.
To the right.
What am I looking for?
Bin?
The bin.
The bin?
Among Us?
Among Us?
Oh my god. It's not late enough in the stream where I can just cut it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm on your wavelength. Keith.
I'm angry now.
You could have waited for her to leave as well, because there's two bins.
Oh.
No, it's funnier that I made her waste time.
That's true. That's true.
Voicemail from Yuri.
Hey,
Was it better or worse that I noticed the Among Us first?
quietly. I don't want to make a scene if it's nothing.
Fisk estate sale. Sounds fun. Wonder what the Kingpin had hidden in his closets.
Maybelle Parker, nee Riley. Yeah, so she's the Riley.
Oh, so that's why Ben Riley's name is Ben Riley.
Yeah. And so, she married Ben Parker, who's the brother of Richard Parker.
Guys, I never know it. I never remember anything about Peter's parents.
Oh,
So Richard Parker was a tiger, and he was on a boat with a boy who's named after a swimming pool.
That's great, Kian. Well done.
Whatever it is you're trying to do is definitely working.
Life of Pi. There's
Oh no, I mean I was talking about your temporary photograph.
Yeah,
I thought you were dissing Kian.
Sorry.
Don't
Why you-
apologize. I just wanted to tell
Yeah, so they're not related. But old Peter and May definitely share the same eye bags.
Well, stop wondering.
Okay,
After losing
I'm
my
gonna-
parents and Uncle Ben, there are so many times I would have fallen apart if not for you.
Well, that works both ways, Peter. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
May, I don't know what.
This piece of the Shocker's original uniform showed me how to protect myself from his blasts. Of course, they always upgrade, don't
Middle
they?
of everything. Oh, Herman. The Shocker's name is Herman.
Cool.
Yeah, I knew.
I didn't.
No, Cass wouldn't necessarily have
Wouldn't
known.
have.
He saved the game like 3 times.
Who?
Got a 10-10 possible narcotics sale.
I guess the conversation just ended.
Sorry about that.
There we go. There
Oh,
we
there
go.
we go. There we go.
I mean, I'd be lost without you.
Well, that works both ways, Peter.
Very clever way to do it. He rings them back and says, "Hey, sorry."
May, I don't know what to say.
Oh, I think Mr. Lee needs my help. I should go. See you soon, dear. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay,
What
I'm
if
gonna. Sorry.
I was to say, what if you interrupted the phone call and she said, "I think Mr. Lee wants my help," and
It
then
would've
you
sounded
ring her
good.
back for her to say it again.
I have to wait for my nephew to call me back.
Okay. Everyone else in the stream has had a Spider-Man hot take. Here's my Spider-Man hot take.
Have I delivered a hot take?
Shut up! Let you deliver a hot take.
Have a hot take.
I think Peter's parents being super spies is a really dumb twist, and I've never thought it was a very good. I never thought it was a good plot element ever.
Sorry, that's the coldest take. I think everyone agrees.
Okay, good.
Just being like scientists, or I don't know, just a guy and a lady. That'll
Or dead.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
I can give a Spider-Man hot take.
MJ wrote this article in this
And
paper
I think
about student
Wait.
Go ahead.
I think
It's not a protest. It's just
I
the
think-
students protesting. That never gets anything done.
I think every Spider-Man in films gets something fundamentally wrong about the character, including Tobey Maguire, in the fact that he's a dickhead. His Peter Parker is just a dickhead the whole time.
I don't think that's accurate. Oh, you mean Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker? Or you mean Peter Parker in general? Because I was going to say Peter Parker himself isn't so much of a dickhead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is a complete dickhead the whole time, and
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think he
As I
is
said, it's a hot take.
sometimes.
nice.
I thought you were going to deliberately miss there for a moment.
That doesn't sound like me. Yeah, this suit's sick.
It's great.
Mine was my one for the them not getting it right was more like Toby makes a decent Peter Parker, but he doesn't quite have the bounce and pep for Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield is the other way around. Plus, Andrew Garfield is also too handsome. He needs to be slightly more boy next story, which Andrew Garfield isn't.
I agree with the
I think
looks. I
Tom
think
Holland is really Tom Holland. I think is the closest, certainly for a young Spider-Man.
Pick him off silently.
That might have something to do with Tom Holland being an actual teenager when he was cast instead of 37. Or...
Single hostage. Looks like a heist in progress.
Copy that. Sending units your way. Keep the situation from getting worse in the meantime.
Can do.
But I do think Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker is some of the most fun Peter Parker has ever been in the movie.
Don't alert the others.
There's nobody else in this room. I could just... Okay. Tutorial, it's fine.
But webbing them up in stealth mode, why, is so much fun.
It's such a shame in this game that you can't do the whole, all the bases and stealth.
From above.
Yeah,
You can in Miles,
about
though.
that. Oh, I can't wait to play that game then.
It's so good. It's better than this game.
Whoa, careful.
and blissfully, it's shorter.
And Will, Spider's Man Erasure.
I like the spider slinger. Sorry, web slinger. That's
sling spiders.
That's the Western Spider-Man.
Go.
And his horse. Oh God. What's
Hey,
the horse
so
called?
I can't help but notice there's a funny thing. This game has a similar problem to the Kingdom Hearts ports on PC, which is that they made several UI elements in the game color-coded to the PlayStation buttons that they were designed for.
Yep.
That they have not changed for this PC port. So when you're doing the stealth takedowns, they're normally green for triangle if you're distant, or pink for square if you're close.
Oh, I never noticed that, but I was playing on PS5, but all the buttons are white.
Oh right, yeah.
But I made sure to be playing the good version of this game.
I am also playing the game on PS5, but I also have a PS4 copy of the game, and
Oh, fellow woman of culture.
I mean, well, here's the thing, is that even if I wanted to play the other version, you have to buy the special edition of Miles Morales. There's no other way to upgrade to the PS5.
Every dome
It's stupid. Anyway,
Wait, actually, there is a way, and oh, hey MJ, and PS Plus.
What are you doing
Yeah, I'm not upgrading to a higher tier PS Plus for that. That's stupid.
At least
Get out of here. Get out of my face.
Oh, I think this is yours.
Yeah, thanks.
So Robbie's got you covering a break-in.
I wish I had video game hair.
Well, Robbie doesn't technically know I'm here. And it wasn't a
Wish
break-in
my hair
until a
was
few
polygon.
minutes ago.
When I did this cutscene, I was the Incredible Bagman, and I was thinking, how did MJ recognize Spider-Man?
Also,
15 minutes earlier.
And I know you can't do it for a while now, but there was a change to suit redeem.
Ah, cool. I'll do that right afterwards. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Hi, Mary Jane Watson. I'm covering the Fisk estate sale.
Hello. Craig said we'd do this tomorrow.
I like to get a jump on things.
Well, I don't. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
Right.
I'm sorry, Roseman.
I'm sorry. Hey, Craig? No, sorry, it just...
Craig.
It looks like...
Learn how to
we're
say
something
Craig
else
properly,
on the
Americans.
cover. I don't know. Maybe the expressionist piece?
You know what? I think I can
Hey
make something work.
Stein, hope college was okay.
You're here. No moment like the present.
Thank you. Craig? Never mind. We're good. Let's get
Was she
started.
actually on the phone to a Craig? Oh, there we go. I was trying to read the text on the screen, but it was just numbers.
She's a smart. My favorite.
She's a smart cookie.
MJ's had a. There's been a lot of variations of MJ. Throughout her long history, but I think the recent journalist version of MJ has been my favorite.
So you know how before when I said I've never seen a Spider-Man cartoon?
Mm-hmm.
I realize that's a lie. I've seen one episode of one of the cartoons because Lucy specifically wanted to show me a version of MJ, so I watched the whole episode and I wanted to get as many pictures as possible for an icon.
Nice.
Which MJ was it?
And I'm going to go through my camera in order to find it.
Nice.
Ah, Mary Jane vision.
Pew.
Clues.
What did Fisk call this? Vanessa?
Let me know when you're ready to.
Oh, right. We can look
That's
at
a
all these
reference.
things and she'll say things.
Starting
About all
with
the things that you
prize,
can look at.
a one-of-a-kind Kakemonbaku.
Oh, beautiful.
Get the worst photos possible.
Fisk has
There we go, perfect.
Those are my MJ pictures.
Oh my god! That's so many! Holy
handled many
shit.
of his sales.
I don't know what
Let's move on,
cartoon this is off. Just by
Neither,
looking.
but she's got a very good design in it.
Yeah. Jen, what cartoon is this one?
Hang on.
Where are the pictures?
In the context or stream?
Now this exquisite piece exemplifies the traditional Tarashikomi.
This was the prom episode.
can
This is the
tell.
episode of
Prom
prom.
episode.
It feels like it could be
promise,
maybe. It
Definitely his
could
style.
be the
You love
more
the
recent one.
I think it is a
Destruction
recent one, yeah.
screams, but creation
Also,
toils
imagine a
the
prom
sun.
episode in a
Was there ever
superhero
anything
thing.
irregular
Yeah.
in any of the sales you handled for him?
Crazy. I could
No.
finish writing this session.
No,
Ah.
of course not. Not that I was aware of.
Marvel's Spider-Man Maximum Venom. Is that right?
Marvel's
I think that's
Spider-Man.
right.
Okay, Marvel's Spider-Man.
Yeah, it is the most recent. It's the most recent comic.
I see.
Comic cartoon.
From what I remember, people didn't
Season
like that
3
one.
is
Notice the
subtitled
intricate
Maximum
gold
Venom.
inlay
Got
on the
it.
ceremonial tea set.
It's just
Yeah, there's
a
yet
friend
another
in the
one that
DA's
was
office
randomly
mentioned that Fisk
cancelled.
used art sales to launder stolen goods.
Now there are no Marvel cartoons
Sure, I
on
wouldn't know
Disney,
anything about that.
except for mini spider people, whatever they are.
Oh, Spidey
Oh,
and
I
his
know.
amazing
I was
friends.
just wondering,
Yes.
now that he's arrested,
Go,
if
webs,
you had ever
go.
noticed anything strange.
We'll play
You know what?
masks again, Will, I
I'm actually running
promise.
short of time.
Send
Why
these
don't we
ones
grab
to
the cover photo
WikiFeet.
while we can?
When I told my dad
Rose,
I
Rose,
was
nobody-
doing a piece on you,
Nobody
he mentioned your
knows
name was
about-
familiar.
Just the photo,
I
please.
we were mid
Stand right there.
mid
Are you sure
storylines,
there's
sort of.
nothing you'd like to
Are
say,
we on
maybe
masks?
off the
Yeah.
record regarding Fisk's
I
activities?
gotta
No.
I
write.
don't think your readers
I gotta
will.
write
You have to
the other
solve the
group
mystery of
session.
why my character stopped being normal.
Wait here, please.
Don't
gotta
worry,
write the
Will.
other-
Cat is neglecting both.
I gotta write the other group
Wait.
session finale, but it's been so long, I'm scared.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
Also, is Charles still dead?
Hello? Craig?
Yeah, like
No.
nothing's happened with the other group because I've been waiting for yours to go, and yeah.
Craig,
We haven't
I
done
think I'm
anything
sure
for
you- Are you
ages.
there?
It feels like.
Not while she's
Let's
in
have a
there.
crossover at some point.
Got it.
Craig,
We had. Did we not? Did we have a crossover? We at some
my
point.
dear.
No,
time for you
not a
to go.
proper one.
Oh,
No?
Did we message somebody
use the
from the
restroom?
other
You
Yeah.
group?
emailed Charles, but he
Fine,
never came back
follow
to
me.
you.
Thank you.
You
We
went.
didn't
You
know
went
we also
over.
texted somebody.
This is a
You went
really
over
lovely
to their
place.
side of
It is.
town.
And this will be
Yeah.
the last
We-
time you see it. The
Didn't
ladies
we
is around the
text
corner.
them and ask them about the
Oh yes, you had a group
Dark
chat going.
hamster?
Be right back.
We've
Yeah.
never been in the same call during
true.
a mask session.
Yeah.
This is content for no one.
Yeah. This is for
This is for Will and the people in the call.
And Abby.
And Abby.
And Charles.
Bree might
if
still be
you're here.
watching.
And Bree.
Charles isn't here. Charles has left us.
Cal might be here.
Yeah.
Dogman.
Dogman.
I actually genuinely can't remember what happened in our last mask session anyway.
Don't
so
hurt her like this.
This isn't Cass's fault. This is my lack of brain power.
Alright, Spider-Man.
Hello, Craig.
Spider-Man.
Hey guys, who wants to start off by telling everyone what happened in the last last session of Star Wars we did? Jen, I have no memory of this place. And then I normally remember halfway through the session.
Anyway, hey, it's 2 missions into the game. What if we made you do stealth bits as Mary Jane?
I have no problem with it. I know like loads of people were like really aggro about it, and I was like, whatever.
And
Fine.
it gets, like,
I
there are
never got caught once.
Are these the ragdolls you're looking for?
Oh yes. Well, the first thing I'm going to
yeah, of course. There are some stealth sections that are really good in this game, in my opinion. Once you have more
And the second thing I'm going to do is
options.
collect your head, Craig.
I see. Here's the thing. I didn't have any problem with this, but also the last time I said there's a forced stealth section in the game wasn't that bad. Cass got really mad for an hour, so I'm not allowed to comment on this matter anymore.
What game are we talking about?
It was Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Isn't Metal Gear's whole thing stealth?
Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah, but oh, it's bad. Because the thing about
It's not that bad.
the thing about Metal Gear Solid is it gives you all these tools to play with, right? And it's like, ooh, a virtual sandbox to play around with. You can do stealth, but if it doesn't go well, don't worry, there are other ways out of it. Unless, of course, you're doing this one mission where you have to wait for everything to calm down with the stupidly long alert timer, go hide in a barrel somewhere, and then go wait and follow somebody else for another 20 minutes to inevitably get caught and start all over again.
But just don't get caught. Just hide better, Cass.
This feels like bullying.
Oh.
Nothing
Look, Cass
weird
just
here.
Cass really did well in this one. This stealth section. This is the redemption.
I already lost this one.
No, you didn't. We were too busy talking.
Bicon!
I gotta.
Most common poses.
I gotta write that.
Look, it says Bicon.
I gotta write that session.
Look at the pamphlet. It says Bicon on it. It's funny. It's funny bisexual.
I don't think it does. I think.
No.
Wow.
I
Why is it like this? Please.
Fire! I can't believe Jen is doing bi-erasure on Cass's
I'm not
screen.
doing bi-erasure. I was just pointing out that it may be something in a different language.
No,
and then it might be racist to mistake it for something that it's not.
You're gonna chill, okay? Look, we're gay. Hang on.
Okay, yeah.
Is the statue? Is the statue? You know, bye.
Sorry, Will. Will's last comment's really done me.
Catalog mentioned 2 poses. Mouth closed, left arm down. The catalog mentioned 2 poses.
Mouth closed.
Nope.
Mouth open, hand limp, other hand.
Oh my god! Using this controller.
Can you
Something
switch?
wrong?
Can you switch to keyboard and are you playing this on the computer?
Yeah.
So close.
There we go.
I was going to say, could you switch to keyboard and mouse just for this bit?
What if I just took this? What if I just kept it?
It's yours now.
That's not right.
Little prize for you. It's wrong, Cass. You took the
Well, it's
wrong
not
one.
for him, it's for MJ.
You took the wrong one, Cass.
Apple of Eden?
The Apple of Eden.
Is that Assassin's Creed?
Starring Michael Fassbender.
Ugh.
Like from Metal.
Magneto?
Yeah.
What is happening? What is happening?
I hope nobody was paying attention.
Nothing makes any sense.
Our job is to distract the
People are
stream.
just saying words.
Our job is to distract the stream while Cass struggles with puzzles.
People are just saying words. The words don't mean
It said
anything.
15 minutes earlier, but I think it's been 2 hours.
Like from Magneto.
I got it. Yeah. When I hear Michael Fassbender and Metal, my first thought is Magneto.
Oh, wow. My brain hurts. Does your brain hurt? Because my brain really hurts.
But not X-Men Apocalypse, where it's
I was on my way to the
everything and
exit
not just
when I saw
Metal.
you.
You're lucky to be alive.
I watched that movie
This is
once.
the guy I saved 5 minutes ago. Listen, whoever these masked guys are, they're after this file. But I'll never get
Apocalypse
it
is the one where he's living in the forest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
back there.
His happy ending is no
It-
longer happy.
Sounds like a
Apocalypse
Yeah.
is really big, and he's played by.
and you're sitting
Oscar
there and
Isaac.
you're thinking they're definitely not going to
you
make
too.
this anywhere near
Not
as
exactly
gay
how I
as
pictured us
as
meeting
the
again,
first
though.
one is, and then they have a massive fight in a plane and nearly
exactly
destroy
how I
the
pictured
plane
it.
just because of being X's, and you're like, maybe they are going to make this one as gay.
Apocalypse is where Darkseid is from.
Change your perfume? Focus, Pete. Focus.
Darkseid is a different guy.
But he is from Apocalypse.
True, it's
Clear
true.
these guys out
I
before
don't know
push
which
forward.
one because of like not being a DC at all. I have no idea which one comes first out of 90% of the villains and heroes that people say are the same.
We've now had two
Two,
changes.
yeah. So, there we go.
Guys, everyone black and gold.
Black and yellow, black and yellow. Ah, you know what it is? Oh.
Now he gets to run really fast.
What's in it that these guys want so bad?
Notes on something called Devil's Breath.
I think Darkseid came out before Thanos.
Research lab for it.
Thanos dates back to the 70s, doesn't he?
Darkseid's pretty
That-
old. Yeah, good for him.
I don't know how Darkseid. I don't know. They're all ones where someone went off and made up their own shit again, and everyone else had to deal with it.
I only know that Darkseid hangs out in Superwoman. Wait, no, Supergirl's apartment.
I only know Dark Sector with the glaive.
With the glaive.
And
Hayden Tenno.
I looked it up. Darkseid came out 3 years before Thanos.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
Wait,
I just
hang on.
made the same joke
Let me just
twice.
break this glass.
Yeah.
You don't hear that? Yeah?
You're worthless. Danger.
The difference between Darkseid and Thanos is that wait, shit. Actually, there's a similarity. They're both virgin. Because
Both
Thanos,
virgins.
because Thanos really wants to fuck Death, and Darkseid is too busy with maths.
Yeah, see, I think, you know how you get people who are like who both sides Thanos because, and people who are like Thanos was right and all that. I don't think that people would have been all Thanos is right after Infinity and Endgame if they'd made the whole thing about how he just wanted to fuck Death.
I
No,
think
don't know.
cooler people would be both
there would
siding
be
Thanos.
there would be a different group of people.
Yep.
I would be.
It'd be less. Never mind.
Hide!
Oh no, he's
Is he
running
a lot more
away with that
relatable?
file.
Not cool with the hostage taking, guys.
As Thanos is in the movie, he's just a first-year political major.
Whoa, what is up with
He's
that
all like, I had
stuff
this
on your
idea to cull half our population, and for some reason everybody else was against that. You forgot that the Velocity suit is one of the Iron Spider ones?
No, I equipped Iron
no.
Spider earlier. Velocity suit makes me run real fast.
That's scary. I've not seen this far yet.
Piss myself.
I love the reaction.
Spider-Man's not supposed to be scary.
Oh fuck.
Oh, wait until you see some of the other outfits. It's not meant to be scary.
Oh, this is terrifying.
The Spider-Man outfit in particular is a lot.
It's like when Wolverine had Bone Claw.
Yeah.
I think you should equip the running faster one because I think that one's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I just need to activate it.
You need to get your Peter back up.
Yep.
I would just activate and then run through people for a little while.
Yep. It's great.
Yeah. My both sides Thanos point, Will, was that I don't think as many people would both sides him, and Thanos was right him if they knew they had gone all in on the comics version of Thanos wanting everyone to die.
I know someone who could help track down where this came
So that he could bang Death.
A job for later.
Who's just a skull on a sexy body.
Oh,
But she doesn't
yeah,
want to fuck you.
That's the dream trans woman body.
But she doesn't want to fuck him. She wants to fuck Deadpool. But Deadpool's like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Mary Jane Watson, Daily Bugle.
You will not write a word of what you saw
For the
here.
record, what do you know about the file those masked men stole?
That I don't.
What about the long history of stolen goods Fisk has laundered at this auction house?
Your editor will be hearing from our attorney.
I want to be at the shop.
I love these text conversations.
Mix.
I love seeing their
It's just-
reactions.
It's just like Sherlock.
No.
No, it's not.
Do you think there's a bunch of like scratch marks on the bottom of their phones?
Because they're both
Don't!
alcoholics.
Don't! I still think of that every single time I try to charge my phone.
I have no idea, but I'm still glad he makes these fries.
Just because I have to watch every Sherlock Holmes adaptation for my sins.
So, how's the grind?
I have multiple friends who we all watched the last series of Sherlock, even though we all uniformly hated the show, because we knew that we had to. It was our punishment.
Again.
Also, this
as he reads
looks
the article,
worse
you're
than
gonna write?
every
Yeah,
other
keep
scene with
it
this guy in, because MJ's dating a minor now.
No! No! They broke up.
Not work as a couple.
I was just reminded actually because I was looking up if anyone was making a mod so you can replace his face.
How's it going with you?
And
Did you get that promotion?
learning,
No,
rediscovering the fact that they said they did it because they wanted to match his facial movements more closely with the VA.
Right where I want to be. Right
And
where
that's
you
why
need
they
me.
that's their alleged reason for changing the.
But they made it worse. Do they know they made it worse?
I've never heard you talk.
They don't. They still seem to think they did the right thing.
How'd they make it worse? Sorry.
Why did you ask me here, Pete?
The worst thing about Spider-Man 2,
just
the video that's gonna come out,
That doesn't exist yet.
Spider-Man's.
is that it will be this face, and there won't be any option to go with the old face.
A lot of baggage here.
I want the fries,
sure,
the
but
chips here. They look good.
They
Is
do
that
look
so
good.
bad? I mean, baggage can.
And some
carry good things too,
Slutco.
like,
What's that? What's that called? Swilco.
Swilco. I wouldn't drink Swilco. Get out of here.
I drink Slutco.
Yeah.
This is a trick question, isn't it?
Jack, do you remember what day it is today?
Why'd you ask me here, Peter? Well, I wanted to watch King Kong.
On HD DVD?
Yeah.
Can we replace all the cutscenes with the real-time fan dub cutscenes? Just have the different story. Or maybe we should do our own real-time fan dub.
it is.
Together again. You always were my
Oh,
favorite.
this fucking guy. No, I shouldn't act that way about the guy who's responsible for all of the things that I like so much. But
2 seconds. 2 seconds. Thank you for the piece of feedback, Mona, that you don't like the new chat because it seems like someone is texting me. Okay, I will keep that in mind for the future.
Okay, but when it is the text conversation in the game, people in chat should start messaging and trying to be part of the conversation.
Looks like our old friend Herman Schultz is at it again.
Shocker.
Herman Schultz.
Didn't he just get paroled?
Oh, let's go see him.
Shocker!
Herman's just a big
Shocker!
Oh, she's using
Oh, she's using it!
What the fuck is happening?
In the 90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Oh.
There's an episode where Spidey goes kind of insane and chases Shocker to the end.
You okay?
I have a weird soft spot. I have a weird soft spot for Shocker because of the superior. No, what's it called? The Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Nick Spencer and Steve Lieber's comics, which for a long time were the only Spider-Man adjacent comics I had read. But then Nick Spencer did the whole Hydra Cap storyline, so it meant I couldn't recommend those comics to people anymore.
The way that
Yes, Will's literally gone Nick Spencer.
It's like 6 conversations going on. This is the worst game to play.
I want to focus on the game. I'm trying to talk about what's happening in the game.
Oh yeah, I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
My friend appreciates you looking out for him.
Oh, Chase,
There's a
you
lot of
the
people who
ends
don't
of
like
the
you very
earth.
much.
That buffoon Jameson and his audience of sheep, please. The people who do great things in this world are those who don't let bullies like him stand in their way. People like us.
You said a mouthful, Doc. Take care.
The way that talk just is like, to help your friend. Like, it sounds like he thinks that Peter and Spider-Man are dating.
That's why he was checking he was using the right term.
There has to be, like, if they did like Ultimate Spider-Man again now, I think that someone would the writer would definitely actually have someone think that Peter and Spider-Man were dating. They would actually just do that storyline. I mean, I've seen it in fic, obviously, but I mean, I genuinely think if they redid like, oh, we're gonna reboot the Marvel universe and we're starting from the beginning, someone who worked at the Daily Bugle will be like, do you think that Peter gets the best pictures of Spider-Man because he's dating him?
And then Peter has to actually hire someone to be Spider-Man for a moment so that they can go out on a date.
They have to
so
kiss.
the rumors,
But he's
so people know he's not Spider-Man.
He's actually interested in the person he invites to pretend to be Spider-Man. They actually get to kiss and
then they actually get together.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
James.
What if Peter Parker starts an OnlyFans and he's like, I got exclusive pictures of Spider-Man on here.
It's like a close-up of his butthole.
He's a menace here!
I pay for the gold tier, and he hasn't even responded to any of my DMs.
What a menace!
Jonah's actually just asking for an OnlyFans password. I need pictures of Spider-Man.
I'm not paying that bastard until he shows me his dick. Look, you get me in there, you send me a link, and then I'll pay him all the money he wants. I just need to see that penis.
I need penis! Penis of Spider-Man!
From the cops back when they thought I was working.
I like this AU are making. Hey, Marvel, hire us.
I was gonna say, like, it's the OnlyFans where like it's the universe where Johnny Storm and Spider-Man have been hooking up, but he hasn't told him that he's Peter Parker yet. Then he goes on Peter Parker's OnlyFans, is like, I know that, but and that's how Peter told Johnny Storm he was Spider-Man.
I'm just thinking, Jonah keeps asking, get me pictures of Spider-Man's dick, and Peter's just like, oh no, I don't have a dick, I'm trans. And if he finds out that Spider-Man's also trans, he's gonna put 2 and 2 together. so he keeps purposely packing, like really big when he's Spider-Man.
Yeah. He's like, he's on the phone, he's like, I need the most realistic packer you've got. No, that's too realistic.
I need people to see the veins through the bulge.
Oh.
The uncanny valley of Packers.
I'm back on board. This is a great stream. that's the fucking the valley in Cass's state where I have a breakdown and then we talk about unknown Spider-Man's asshole.
Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen are T-for-T.
We're not even
crimes happening.
We're not even at the 3-hour breakdown yet. Oh. Yeah, it's past 9 o'clock. We talk about Spider-Man's balls all we like.
Okay, but what if
It's after the watershed.
Past the watershed.
What if Peter does get the dick pic? Peter does get the dick pics of Spider-Man, and Jonah's like, well, how do I know it's Spider-Man? And so he has to go back, and he has to like web of his dick.
That's the kind of web I'm looking for.
How do you know it's Well, JJ, how would you know that it's Spider-Man's stick?
Where's the
Well,
logo?
Alright, here we go, Zoe.
forcing J. Jonah Jameson to
Run
explain
through them!
how we would know.
No, you shine sparking like Samus.
It's great. It's great.
Bonk.
Nothing puts a pep in my step like halting an illegal drug deal.
Oh, where's the mod for his OnlyFans skin?
Would it just be
research
bag
tokens?
man without
with the
suit?
bag in a different place?
It would just be
This
the
stick is
bag
too
and no suit.
This stick is too small to be Spider-Man.
Oh no!
Hurry to pick these guys up. Oh, I wish there was a Spidey emoji I could put at the end.
Backup requested for a pursuit in progress. Mobilize at
There is.
Just make your own Spidey emoji.
Yeah, use like Telegram and install a furry sticker pack.
There are also spider emojis.
Yeah.
Just draw a spider and then a man.
I gotta stop that car.
Listen, Rubes, I know that shine sparking is the bit where she blasts off and isn't the part where she runs at top speed. But if I said, he's speed boosting, that wouldn't mean that's nothing. You need to say shine sparking because that's the recognizable thing that Samus does. Come on.
Also, Will, you're so right. He would use Bitmoji everywhere.
Spider-Man's Bitmojis would be atrocious. He would look. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So when you have the hold to press on, you have to fucking preemptively do it, or else you don't have enough time. It's fucked up.
Well done, you dropped the car.
Whatever. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Also, when that circle was filling up, it was pink like
Yeah,
square button,
like a
not
square
blue
button.
like X button.
That
What are they
doesn't mean
doing?
anything to me.
And
I don't
in
pay
Those are
attention to the
colours.
colors. I don't
In
pay
the-
attention to the colors.
In the DLC, you can stop trucks in a very similar thing. But when you fail it, the car doesn't land on you. It's just that the truck stops, but Spider-Man's like, oh, and it just falls backwards. It's
JJ.
really funny.
J. Jonah Jameson's like, I recognize that noise.
But this is a common misconception that I have to correct. I'm not full of anger.
You change.
I don't know what what popular misconception JJ was about to correct there.
Spider-Man can have a girlfriend. I'm dating him.
People think Spider-Man has a small dick, but I've seen the pictures.
What was the mandate from the email? Spider-Man must be heterosexual. Spider-Man.
The email? What?
The Sony Pictures leaked emails.
The one it's part of they think that Andrew Garfield got fired from being Spider-Man
Yeah.
because he wanted him to have a boyfriend.
Ah.
Specifically, he wanted Michael B. Jordan. He picked it out.
Nice.
and everything.
he broke his retainer
And that
thinking
would have
about
been
it.
perfect because then Michael B. Jordan played Johnny Storm. Anyway.
Whoa, why is Spider Plushie look
Oh, he got a dumpy.
Why is he throwing it back?
That's his Bitmoji.
If you're a gold member of the Spider-Man, or I mean the Peter Parker OnlyFans, you get a Spider plushie every month. You cut to J. Jameson's office and it's just full of them. Jared's like, we got another shipment, boss. Don't open that.
Ruth saying, does Spider-Man have puss?
Absolutely.
Robbery reported. Suspects are armed. Officers needed in Upper Chinatown.
Upper Chinatown.
When are they gonna give Spider-Man a TikTok?
Yeah, okay.
In a comic.
They did! They did! Did you not watch No Way Home?
Alright.
Yeah, TikTok in No Way Home?
Yeah!
What?
It's right at the beginning! They have a huge TikTok billboard in Times Square too.
Yeah, there was all sorts of that. There was all sorts of, popular social media stuff in No Way Home.
So the Spider-Man Sony emails that were leaked as part of fucking the big Sony Pictures leak, which is infamous, includes a document
Second son?
about. Oh, oh no, it's Spider Cop. I can talk
Yeah.
about it.
I won't swing to the objective yet.
Spider-Man depiction of Peter Parker or his Spider-Man alter ego must conform to the following character traits. His full name is Peter Benjamin Parker. He is Caucasian and heterosexual. His parents become absent from his life during his childhood. From the time his parents become absent, he is raised by Aunt May and Uncle Ben in New York City. He gains his powers while attending either middle school or college. He gains his powers from being bitten by a spider. He designs his first red and blue costume. The black costume is a symbiote, not designed for him. He was raised in a middle-class household in Queens.
Okay, they missed one specific thing,
Yeah.
which I'm very glad they missed. They didn't specify he had to be cisgender.
It's true.
It's true.
Heterosexual trans man.
Mandatory Spider-Man character trait. So Spider-Man, whether Peter Parker or an alternative Spider-Man character, must strictly conform to the following mandatory character traits. Male. Does not torture. Asterisk.
Unless a Venom symbiote.
Does not kill unless in defense of self or others. Asterisk. Does not use foul language beyond PG-13. Does not smoke tobacco.
The main street of
Asterisk.
Chinatown.
Does not sell or distribute illegal drugs. Asterisk. Does not abuse alcohol. Asterisk. Does not have sex before the age of 16 and does not have sex with anyone below the age of 16. And
Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness.
Yeah, you were waiting.
Like Spider-Man must not be homosexual. Peter Parker must not be homosexual.
Not a homosexual, unless Marvel has portrayed that alter ego as a homosexual.
Good shot.
And the asterisk is that with the Venom symbiote.
I believe that is Venom symbiote. Is the asterisk there.
So Venom can deal drugs.
I please.
Does that mean that Venom can be homosexual?
Cannot be gay.
There's no continuities where Venom is gay.
Alright, now I need to get the other fucking Spider-Man email, the one about Spider-Man being a millennial, because it's the worst thing I've ever read.
I'm gonna go do a mission. Yo, it's Herman!
Yo, it's Herman! I love
we look sick.
Yeah, Peter looks sicker.
It's really funny because I'm pretty sure, like, this is not any way that the Shocker has ever travelled in the actual comics.
I think he should though.
We should have this in a cartoon.
Because he's a joke. He's broadly a joke. One of my favorite ever panels in a comic was in a Marvel Adventures from about 15 years ago, and they're gone to visit the raft. And there's like Wolverine and I can't remember who else was on that thing, but they're like, oh, we've got to be security's really tight here, you've got to be really careful. And as they're walking along, Wolverine passes the Shocker and just says, yeah, nobody would want the Shocker to get out. It's like completely unnecessary shade that he throws at him, and I love it.
Also, like, how much of a joke he is. Do people know that he's in the MCU?
Yeah, he's in Homecoming, yeah.
I did not know until years later.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the guy with the gauntlets.
Mm-hmm. They do the funny bit of, you think the one guy's gonna be the Shocker, and then he fucking dies.
Yeah.
He fucking explodes, and then
there's the other guy who's
and then
the Shocker.
yeah, Vulture's like, you're Shocker now.
And he's got like a brown hooded gilet and a like a dark yellow kind of jumper or something underneath, so that he's wearing the Shocker's colours as well. And that was how I knew that he was meant to be the Shocker. I was like, I know those colours.
I love the Shocker. He's such a dumb, lovable goofus.
Oh, Trey's using the ends of the
Alright.
Can I get point launch? Yes.
I can feel you missing it right now.
Oh!
Yo,
got
Herman,
you.
chill out.
Just right in the face.
Are you trying to get a picture of him?
Yeah, I want a picture of that Shocker.
Shocker dick.
Shocker's fansly.
Who do you think Spider-Man collabed with on OnlyFans?
Wolverine.
But they always had to include some signal to show that it's their
But your
dicks.
suit is awesome. Can we talk design details?
Well, Wolverine would obviously have a lot of bush
Yeah.
because he's a hairy, hairy man.
It's also a lot shorter than it is in the film.
The thing is, like,
Hey.
I know it's just
Did you
the
learn
thing,
anything about
but
his motive?
like
I tried.
Johnny
He's not
Storm,
very
he
talkative.
would be on
Plus, I
OnlyFans.
think
Oh
he's-
yeah.
He would
Have
be
that effect on a lot
Yeah.
of people.
with his boyfriend Peter Parker.
And like
I
you,
tolerate
and
you.
like every time his dick would be on fire.
Wow.
I
That might be
definitely
the
think I
nicest
read
thing you've ever
read
said to
a Johnny Peter fic where someone came up to Johnny and says I'm really was really worried about it because they
Maybe now's a
like
good
were,
time to look
I'm
into
sorry
that
to tell you,
mask.
but I think that Peter is
it's MJ.
cheating on you with Spider-Man.
You're up late.
And he's like, ah,
Yeah, he was unusually combative.
fuck you, damage
Anyway, thanks
control.
again for
There we go.
dinner.
Perfect
I don't
picture.
Oh, I owe you.
They went in on it so hard in Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
I haven't
They
seen
really
that yet.
I'm
damage
actually on my way to the feast center
or
now to
damage
ask
control
Martin Lee
show
about
up in Ms. Marvel.
It was
He has
all
a
right,
degree in
in my
history.
opinion.
I
If anyone
loved it.
knows about the origins
I
of
believe
the
that
Marvel,
Will
he
also enjoyed it very much.
Like
I'm
I
glad.
said, I think there's a bigger story here, and I plan to be the one
Spidey
to break
thought.
it.
Sure. So
I
I
think-
can call you like whenever.
THOT.
No, hang on, it's the name of the email. Hey Amy,
So I guess
just a
we
couple of rando thoughts from the 35,000 LAX to JFK. A rising trend we see with millennials are the really extreme forms of experimental exercise, like Tough Mudder, a sort of filthy triathlon, the Color Run, and even things like hot power yoga, veganism, etc. Millennials will often post NBD on their social media after doing it, as in no big deal, also known as the humble dog. Wondering if Spidey could get into that in some way. He's super athletic, bendy, strong, intense, and it's all NBD to him, of course.
Please don't call him Bendy.
No, he's spendy.
You can only say that
EDM.
when you go subscribe to his OnlyFans.
EDM, electronic dance music, is the defining music for millennials. Wondering if there's an EDM angle somewhere with Spidey. His movements are beautiful. Would be awesome with a killer DJ behind it.
This is the most out of touch email I've ever heard.
Snapchat just launched a story functionality, which is a sort of day in the life of me told in a series of snapshots that expire after 24 hours. It has a very VIP quality about it. It's invitation only.
Please, don't ask me
Getting
to do
invited
the
to Spidey's Snapchat circle would be huge, very buzzworthy and cool.
Wow.
It's like all of the stuff they describe as not millennial stuff, it's
game last
Zoomer
night?
stuff. And
I mean-
EDM was popular in the 90s, so I have no idea. What are you talking about?
So yeah, this was like
Anyone under the age of 40.
This was an email written like
be here
in the
soon.
production of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Wow.
And like the EDM thing that happens with fucking the fucking Electro.
Yep. Oh, Boo's right. This email doesn't remind me of Quibi.
Quibi, woman with the
usually in his
golden arm.
I think, yeah, that's the shocker.
Thank book, Amazing Spider-Man 2 has Incy Wincy Spider dubstep.
Yep.
It's thanks to that email.
Oh, we gotta go upstairs.
Among Us. Among Us.
Among Us.
Give me 2 seconds. I just gotta stop the stream, bro.
Timed, at the very least. For the jape.
The Jape.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. I was just upping the bitrate. Hopefully that will make the frame rate go up, but who knows?
I just, when you said, oh, apparently it's at 45 frames, I was just like, that's a lot of frames.
What's the thing, like, if like
I do for you?
cartoons
Sorry to bother you,
that run
Mr.
at
Lee. I have a
24
friend,
frames
Mary
per second,
Jane.
why do
She's a
video
reporter.
games have
She's
to
doing
run
a
at more
story
than
about
that?
art imports.
Sorry.
She found this piece.
I'm extremely, I'm one of
wanted
those
expert
people
opinion
who's
on it,
extremely
and I knew
copacetic
you'd
about
agree,
frame
and
rate.
this might be the
As long
first
as it's
time
not
I actually
obviously
get to use
juddering,
it.
I don't give a shit.
Let's see what you have.
So,
Interesting.
but real gamers would get real mad about
What did
that.
you find?
Mhm.
I'm really not sure. What is it?
Replica of an antique Chinese
I
opera
just
mask.
love, where did you find it?
Seen
I
in
don't
years.
know.
It
Your
fell
symbol
off
here
a
roughly
truck.
translates to demon.
It's very. Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe you have a letter for me.
Read me ghost stories.
Okay, Miss Burns, what's your first name? I don't know.
I don't know.
Symbol in it when
I just think if someone said that to me, I'd be like, where did you get this from?
the hell out of me.
Something called Desktop Window Manager is using all my GPU.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you kept pausing it because we were interrupting the cutscene.
I'm sorry,
fine.
Martin Lee. You're
That's
really
fine.
cool, Martin Lee.
Let me
Coolest
just
NPC
switch over
in
here.
video game.
Hopefully this means the Discord
That
stream
mask
still
is-
works.
He's such a positive guy, Martin.
Yeah.
It could be connected to
Ooh.
dangerous people.
There we go.
Mary Jane might want to find a different story.
Now we're
You
at
think she's
60.
in trouble?
I don't
I'm
know.
so sorry it took us 3 hours to get here, everybody.
Why take the risk?
We'll see if it still works outside of the cutscenes, too. Who voices Martin Lee in this?
A man.
Martin Lee himself.
Thanks for
The symbol
two
inside the
helpful
mask means
answers.
demon. It really spooked Mr. Lee. Never seen him like that. He even said you should drop the story.
Fat chance. Do you think Mr. Lee knows more than he's letting on?
No, I think he just had a weird flashback or something. I know his childhood was pretty traumatic.
It
Yeah, makes
is
sense. Demons, huh? Catchy name.
Stephen Oyoung.
Okay, gotta get ready.
Okay.
See you soon.
I could patch the shoes.
Well,
Who
that went about as well as I could
does-
have hoped.
He does proper acting. He does
Face
phys-
acting.
IRL acting as well. I don't know, but he is doing the voice of Jason Todd in the Gotham Knights game.
Oh.
Wow.
I am really looking forward to Gotham Knights.
Me too, I'm gonna play it with Mona when it comes out. Live on stream.
Got some time to kill.
What the
before
fuck?
Doc
Not
needs
the
me at
comic
lab.
book crew?
Still a
This
little
is
spiky
an
work out
agreement
this
we've
city.
had going for 2 years.
Can't believe it. You better at least save Suicide Squad for us.
Yeah, I'll
What the
play that
fuck?
game.
Good night, Will.
Good night, Will. Thank you for
Well,
thank you for popping in and helping us
Um,
achieve the true zenith of the stream, which was Peter Parker's asshole.
Thank you. We will continue.
There it
to
is.
be- We will continue to be lethal protectors. Will,
window, but
without you, it's gonna be
I always get the
real
feeling
separation
something
anxiety.
strange is
Nice.
going on in that place.
imagine.
Change the suit one more time for Will.
It would be Spider-Geddon. I tried my best.
Proud of you. Yeah, this is running at 60 now. Let's play with fire and turn the graphics up just a little bit.
Which of the sexy lady Venoms would you be?
There was more
There's
than
multiple?
one. I didn't watch Carnage.
I have still not
It's-
watched any of the Venom films.
Oh well, they're great. They are fucking awful, but in the best possible way.
He specifically requested the lobster tank. They-
Oh, great!
No, it's not even requested. They were just doing their business, filming the scene, and like Tom Hardy's just like, yeah, I'm getting in that, and just got in it, and they were like, sure, Tom, you do that.
Good for him.
Well, he's like, no one would have expected the comic book character that Tom Hardy would get super into to be Venom, but he's super into Venom.
Yeah, I'm glad.
He loves
I'm
them.
also glad Tom Hardy is still around and acting after Nemesis and all the shit people did to him.
Being alive,
Hello?
not having become unfortunately so addicted to drugs that he died.
Mm.
I totally
Or that
forgot.
whole anecdote he has about
Forget,
waking up in a bed next to a man and a gun
Yep.
and all that jazz.
Do I have napkins?
I just
No, I mean
like
like yeah,
Tom
the
Hardy.
Venom, both Venom movies are terrible,
I totally
but
forgot.
they are
I
funny.
didn't forget.
But
just-
I had a great
I'll
time
be there
watching
soon.
the Venom movie. Probably the worst movie I watched in 2018.
Carnage, let there be carnage. It's like the problem is, it's like I said at the time. I understand why they wanted Woody Harrelson so bad because he's perfect to play that character. Unfortunately, he's about 40 years too old to play the character, so they try to sort of de-age him, and it doesn't. It's not. I mean, it's not like Robert De Niro, old man, kicking a guy in The Irishman. It's not quite that bad, but it's close.
Mona's the biggest Venom fan I've ever seen, so only good things about Venom for Mona. Big thank you to Charles for sending me this picture of a bunny. I'm gonna throw it in context for stream because I think you should all see it. And I'd fuck Agony. All right, let's go. Agony, if you're out there, call me.
Scream and Agony are the two lady symbiotes.
Yeah,
Oh, there's also
work just like a natural.
Oh, it goes back and forth.
I wanted to say Shriek.
Oh, it's yeah. Wait.
Also, Spider-Gwen's Mary Jane is Carnage.
Oh, Spider-Gwenum is good.
I love
There's also Spider-Gwenum, and then Carnage for Spider-Gwen is Mary Jane. That was in King in Black.
It was so cool and homosexual of them to put Gwen in a punk rock band.
Stop that!
What if
This is highly sensitive
Called the Mary
equipment.
Janes.
What if they kiss?
That's it. I'm calling the mayor's office directly.
Like the fact that they haven't just made it like explicit that Gwen and it's pretty obvious that most of the writers of Spider-Gwen want Mary Jane and Gwen to kiss, but they keep on getting told not to. I think.
Norman, what do you think?
It's Norman Osborn.
Norman Osborn.
Like from Defoe.
He looks like an old Cal Kestis.
I was gonna say he's also like really ginger.
Those were excuses.
Also, I'm just saying, if they make Gwen straight in the next Spider-Verse film, that'll be my Joker moment.
But I've had a breakthrough.
Thank you for your great
And
service to our country.
Dr. Otto Octavius is currently going through his Joker moment right now.
Robotics, where you'll receive the latest in prosthetics. No charge.
This isn't about safety and
Hey, he took the arm with him.
I'm trying to help you, Otto. You're free
Bullshit.
to continue your work in a secure environment.
At Oscorp.
You always were the smartest guy in the room.
You haven't changed a bit.
Neither of you.
They've done a good job with
Peter.
Norman Osborn here because I
Peter
just
will be
want to
coming
punch
back
him in the
from Europe
face
Yep.
so bad.
Yep.
Maybe the two of you can
He's
start
a
that
wrong'un.
business you always talked about.
I think it is very good
This
how they did Norman in this game.
opportunity knocking.
Gonna talk about it later.
Problem with Willem Dafoe is, he's just so lovable. I wouldn't want to punch Willem Dafoe in the face.
Peter, why's your face changed, Peter?
Everything.
What's one of the best things about No Way Home is that Mark Webb acknowledged what we all knew back in the first Spider-Man movie is Willem Dafoe. The whole point of casting Willem Dafoe as the Goblin is you don't need a mask.
Yep.
Because he knows how to do that with his face. And Mark Webb was like, "Yeah, I got it. I got you guys. I know this," and just let him do the acting.
I'm glad somebody called Mark Webb got to work on a Spider-Man movie.
3 Spider-Man
When did you
movies.
become Ben Riley?
That happened ages ago.
Ages ago. Call Harry. Ask him to talk to his dad.
Replaced by
Clone Saga.
Norman never listens to Harry.
I guess we.
I don't think there are any clones.
Stations.
I
Wait,
think
where are
Ben
they?
Riley. There's
Those
been like a
stations
lot
is
of stuff
nearby.
going on with Ben Riley in
how
the
they're doing
comics
while Harry's in
recently.
Europe.
I have literally no idea what the.
Must be some way to help Doc. I'll think of something.
What the fuck? Why are you shooting me? You're just people. Why am I allowed to pick you up?
Oh my god!
Why are you attacking normal people?
Oh, they were killed by that car! Yo, what the hell?
Who's this hockey fan? Why does he want to get you? Do the Red Wings lose?
Oh, because it's so funny because they don't have any of the rights to any of the New York sport teams, so there's a load of made-up sport teams.
I'll make sure she's careful.
I think it's the Torches or something.
I got close to the objective, and all I get to hear from up there is, please.
Harry left me a message about these.
Oh, the secret Harry labs.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about these.
These are great. I do not like picture of Harry Osborn.
He looks like Dennis not on fire.
Now that I'm away, Oscorp's gonna shut them down unless they prove their value. I was hoping you could watch them.
The YouTuber from the early 2000s or late 2000s.
As long as they're here, it's.
I don't know who any YouTubers are.
I got you, Zoe. I got you, Zoe.
Like Dan and Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dan and Phil.
Right.
I'll do what I can to help.
I didn't know that his name was Dan is not on fire.
I forget that it's easier for people to recognize him by the duo.
Dan and Phil.
Before they reach toxic levels. Between you and me, I think Oscorp wants this to fail because it might show they're polluting.
The amount of polycyclic hydrocarbons in the air is way too high. And rising. If it keeps getting worse, people could die.
These
Now, see, this is a better use of Spider-Man's time.
I was gonna say this is some of the best. Why can't I swing? There we go.
Then trace them to the source.
This is some of the best.
Story-wise?
Yeah, story stuff. I like him using his powers to science instead of helping the cops in their surveillance state.
Nasty as they are, I gotta swing right through those clouds.
So you need to get 8 smog clouds. I want you to scan the environment to see how many.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
New York, baby!
It's one hell of a town.
Oh my
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
I'm getting some good stuff. Well, good samples of bad stuff anyway.
Somebody clip that. That'll make a good TikTok.
I love how with all these environmental ones, it's like, oh, New York's so beautiful. Then how he's like, actually, did you hear about the giant living rats? And then suddenly, oh, there's giant living rats everywhere.
The giant living rats.
Thanks, Mona.
I suppose it's better than giant dead rats.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that'd be horrific. What's eating them? Carnage.
I was looking for two
Carnage.
adjectives, and the adjectives I got were giant and living.
Get photos.
Rodents of unusual size.
Oh yeah.
You might need to take slightly better pictures this time.
No, that's fine.
That doesn't sound right. What are these? The cars? Okay.
One thing I've thought about while playing this game is like, damn, I wish there was a Pokemon Snap Peter Parker photography simulator.
You know, I remember passing through this area.
Is it?
And thinking, like, specifically through that bit there and going, yeah, that's going to be a boss arena.
No.
Perfect.
That one car. That
Listen,
particular car is the
these
problem.
photos may not be very good for research purposes, but they're gonna make fire album covers.
We really just need the geotag data anyway.
Yeah. Just slap a parental advisory on these ones, and damn, you're good to go.
Yeah, let's get real close to this one.
It's the cover of my favourite Snow Patrol album.
And the exhaust is the problem.
2 research tokens. It's like make a new suit.
I like how for a moment you almost took a photo of the license plate, and then you realized no, that would be too helpful.
Wait, what do you mean only 1 research token? It said I got 2.
Well, Harry Station
You need
just
to complete
got the public
the-
health crisis.
Hang on.
Oscorp's gonna have a hard time arguing it's not useful.
Check now. Oh no, yeah, I have to. Because basically, you get 1 for discovering the place, and then you get 2 more for completing it. So now you have 3.
See.
The Secret War.
But it's not so secret anymore.
Jen, tell me about the Secret War.
Which one?
There we go.
Comic
Bit
books, everybody.
over.
I don't know the original Secret Wars. I don't know very well. Other than it ended up, it was the Beyonder was involved. A lot of people ended up in like a big white void and fighting each other.
Wish I could
There's a very funny scene like panel sequence where it's just where Jan the Wasp is like, we should all introduce ourselves to each other, and they just all stand around like the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and they're saying, well, I'm so bad. And then there was the Hickman one from more recently. I know a bit more.
Is the Secret War the one where the Skrulls took over and then they realized like how?
No, that's the Secret Invasion.
My bad.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Secret War is where Venom came from originally, the first one.
Potentially. I think it's around that time.
Well, and the story is that like, there's a specific machine where Spider-Man can get a new outfit in order to repair his broken one. But he misses that machine and instead goes to the symbiote machine. Who makes him an outfit? And it's like, oh, sweet, an outfit.
I love an outfit.
Yeah, and then he brings the symbiote back to Earth, and that's Venom.
Guess we're stuck in
Yeah, I love the suit because the spider legs on the back point right to his butt.
Yeah, it's directions.
Directions. That's the caption in his OnlyFans.
You wanna fight? Let's fight!
This is a great boss arena.
Man, can't wait to put you back behind bars so we can talk science. Remember our first fight? Me so young and stupid, you just stupid.
You talk too much.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. I mean,
And the modern Secret Wars, that's been turned into a movie, I think, right?
Invasion.
There's the suspicion because they've announced the name of the next Avengers movies, and one of them is Secret Wars. People were already wondering if they were building up towards it because they're bringing in a lot of multiverse stuff, and the most recent Secret Wars basically involved the Marvel multiverse steadily collapsing in on itself, and
that's one of the ones I've read.
Being all patched together by Sir has not yet appeared in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Doctor Doom, into one big world called Battle World.
Secret Wars is also how Miles ends up in the main universe.
Yeah, it's how Miles gets kept because he has a hamburger in his suit. Or his pocket that he gives to the Molecule Man when they start rebuilding the universe. And Molecule Man is like, he can stay, and basically keeps him in the 616.
And his
gives
family
him his family. Yeah, his family and friends as well.
And I was trying to remember Molecule Man's name, but I just kept thinking it's the Molecule, and I was like, no, that's the Earthman.
I can't remember, but they use him to slowly. It's something to do with the Fantastic Four as well. Because Franklin Richards is like the most powerful being in the universe or something.
Stupid. Fuck Franklin.
He's a mutant as well.
The Power Pack don't get enough respect.
One of the worst
I love
things
Power
about,
Pack.
One of the worst things about Secret Wars is they turned Thor, and every Thor became the police force.
No, there were the Thors, yeah. The Thors was the book, and there was a Groot Thor and a Storm Thor, and there was a lot of Thors.
They were the Thor Force.
And they were the Thor Force.
They have Throg?
Yes, they did, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But if you want some really good Throg content, you need to read As Guardians of the Galaxy. With Angela and a bunch of other people.
I thought we played that one already.
What do you mean? I'm bulletproof. Why can you hit me?
Angela is Thor and Loki's secret sister in the comics. And her whole backstory is ridiculous, but she is also she's also very cool, and she has a girlfriend who lives in Hell who is trans.
I didn't know that.
Hell yeah.
No.
You've just convinced everybody on this stream.
I mean, I love Angela anyway. She's so extra, but in the best possible way. Yeah. Get him, Peter.
I see how it is when Spider-Man is doing well on the screen, it's Peter doing it, and when Spider-Man fucks up, it's Cass.
You can hit him now.
I did it! I did it!
Why did you quit bulletproof?
Well, I know when we're ending this stream.
I'm just saying that he's not using any bullets.
I equipped a new suit, and so it just did it.
That's some really cool arms or something like that.
You're doing
Could have ran
great.
into him.
You're doing great, Cass.
Cass, you're really good at the video
Thanks
game.
to the 5th stream guest.
I died like
fuck you,
5 times
Parker.
on this boss, so you're doing really good.
Look, I mean, look, this isn't an excuse or anything, but the boss fights aren't great in this game.
It's very good.
You son of a...
You can do it, Peter.
I died a lot playing this video game. Right, oh, you switch back to
I turned it onto autocomplete.
Oh.
You know
Ragdoll.
you can heal.
We're so close to Ragdoll. Oh.
There we go. That's better.
Sorry, Herman.
But see, here's another thing, and another point actually. Again, Herman, without those gauntlets, is just a normal man. So he just brought the roof down on a normal man. Sure, it's a man in a suit.
He's got a cool suit. It's fine.
He's got a cool suit. I'm sure he'll be fine when you bring the entire roof down on him.
He's got so much padding.
After the Superior Foes of Spider-Man comic, which I wish I could recommend, but I can't because of Hydra Cap. At the end of that, Shocker ends up in the custodian of the head of the.
Oh, look at this!
Also,
Look at these
for the demon
sinister 6 individuals who've been put into prison.
I bet that doesn't mean anything unusual.
I think Shocker was working for that demon gang.
Demon gang?
Also, sick trainers.
Thank you.
Hey,
Converse
was a perfectly fine news organization.
Not sure I'd call it.
Guy in the photo.
Well, I've reported some really good reports.
Let me get back to you. By the way, how much of a mess did you make inside that bank?
You probably don't want to know.
Yeah, I got him as a ghost. Perfect. Oh, that's the Chrysler building.
It's a great picture of the
Just like King Kong climbed.
No.
King Kong on HD DVD.
Yeah. No, Jen, I'm sure he climbed the Chrysler building.
Why are you doing an accent?
Jen, do you remember what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Why?
Isn't it October
Jen.
3rd? I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm an old person. You have to remember. I'm not down with all the hip young people references.
It's a piece of media from 2001.
I don't know all of the hip on the internet references.
We just finished playing Metal Gear Solid 4, and our favorite bit from Metal Gear Solid 2 was them talking about Jack and Rose watching King Kong. That's what we were doing, and Jack and Rose get into an argument about whether it was the Chrysler Building or the Empire State Building. So they go up both of them, and that was like their first date.
Right. So it's a
Cool.
reference to something that I've never played. See?
But you played into it by saying King Kong didn't climb the Chrysler Building.
I
Look, Ben, we've had
participated
so many-
unwillingly in a meme.
We've had so many jokes which are specifically for us. We need to have some jokes for the stream chat.
Go watch the Metal Gear VODs. They're good times.
They're good. Metal Gear Solid 2 especially.
Hey.
This game sucks.
Oh, it's really good. It's a good game.
Yeah, that's right.
Hung up.
Hey.
To test bird poop.
Yeah, whatever, Yuri. You're fine. Cool. Laters.
Carry diseases that affect people, and we need to make sure they're healthy.
It's the giant living rats.
Is this when you have to start catching pigeons?
No, that's the side
Nah,
quest
it's a
with
side quest.
a homeless
Pigeons
guy.
are infected with a serious strain of avian
Oh.
flu.
Yeah, Jesus, that really does look bad.
Okay.
They appear to be farting out avian flu.
If it's an avian flu you can see with your eyes, you know that's a problem.
My best bet's dispersing it at 3 major migration points. Luckily, the station told me where they are. First migration point's in a park. Birds there should spread the vaccine to their buddies.
Okay.
I can't believe they made Spider-Man political. These fucking vaccine bullshit.
Yeah, what if some of these pigeons are anti-vax?
I bet the Avengers
Why
never
would
have
Spider-Man
bird
would never wear a mask?
None
That's
of
a good
the
one.
Disney Plus Day premieres are good. They're all
No,
bad.
I saw that. Like, why aren't you just
How-
waiting for Andor?
Well, I mean, they're films that
The vaccine's airborne.
films
so
that either
just
films
spray
I've
it into
already
the trees.
seen or things I'm already watching.
Press left bumper to disperse vaccine.
I
Controversial action.
I really like
I
this
didn't-
track in the soundtrack, the one with the trumpets.
It's good.
Sounds like New York, baby.
Yeah.
Biden and the liberals are putting vaccines in the air.
Down, 2 to go.
They're dispersing it by plane.
Spider-Man's vaccinating people now. Well, vaccinating pigeons.
You know what, if this
Pigeons
was
are people
written,
too.
if this was written post-COVID, Jonah would definitely be anti-vax when doing the
Well,
radio
it
show
depends
after
on
this.
how it. I think, funnily enough, I think the video game Jonah wouldn't be anti-vax, but the movie Jonah definitely would be, considering they've set him up as an Alex Jones style ideologue instead of just a
Oh,
grumpy
he said
news man.
He talked over him. He literally said, "I wonder what Jameson will make of this." Spider-Man spreads chemtrails.
Yeah, exactly. I was right.
Fuck! We can't do anything. The game gotta beat us to it.
Oh,
We can't make jokes. The game's making them for us.
oh. What if we all just shut up for the next 20 minutes?
Okay.
Let the game do its own joke.
Yeah, no, timer's starting now.
Okay, that should work fast. I'd better scan some pigeons to make sure. Hey, what's up?
That is not scanning pigeons.
The fact that I didn't even have enough time to put on the timer.
Does
Didn't
Jameson
even last 1 minute.
Does Jameson think this makes the pigeons gay? Absolutely. But he's pro gay pigeons. If they can get me that link to Spider-Man's OnlyFans.
Tell Harry, but he's not answering calls, texts, anything.
Oh
It's the bit from Hawkeye.
So I looked into
I know that film. No, it's not a
30
film.
Rock.
You mean the Rockefeller Center, one of the most famous buildings in New York?
That's the one that King Kong climbed.
Fisk? Damn. You thinking what I'm
That
thinking?
Hawkeye show is what got me my Fortnite skin and my
Nice.
jacket.
Are there any Fisk properties that haven't
That's the
been hit
best. That's the best MCU show, in my opinion.
I
haven't watched it.
I think that's probably right.
I mean,
In my opinion.
I loved Hawkeye.
I just
I'm
love
just
Kate
so
a
happy
lot.
to have Kate finally.
And like, I love how Kate is now well known enough that I got a Kate jacket at the Disney store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have that. It's actually
Yo!
awesome.
Great jacket.
Friend.
If we ever see each other, we gotta be matching.
Goes with my Captain Marvel one.
Yo.
They've actually just released a Ms. Marvel one that's really, really good, and I'm like, "Ugh, I need it.
When she said Jefferson Davis, I did a little yeah. When I played this, I was like, oh, it's Davis.
It's like, it's a reference I get.
Also,
I
we
know
haven't
what that
looked at the pause screen Twitter this whole stream.
Oh yeah,
true.
I thought that's what you meant when you meant engagement, like social media.
I don't know.
Look, there's a Bitmoji.
It's true.
He's got a little emoji.
Herman Schultz robbing another bank? That's a shocker.
What?
Bad jokes, LLC.
Also, finally, here's a superhero with a social media account that has an accurate number of followers.
Yeah.
Because I remember like Wonder Woman, it has like 4K or something like that on Instagram, and one I was like, huh?
There's fucking no chance we're gonna find it. Producer Jared, oh there he is. But there's one tweet in here that's by JJ's son, which made me laugh when it showed up.
Oh, John Jameson.
I mean, it will be here because they don't like go away. It's just that it becomes longer and longer.
Did you mean to flatten that guy?
You have to scroll through there. But anyway, I saw. What's it? He like says something about like, hey Dad, I'm glad to be listening. Glad to be listening to your show in space, basically.
Oh right.
And don't worry, nothing bad is going to happen here.
And
just
like,
a normal day in space.
And then JJ's like, "Did you see that? We're the first interplanetary podcast."
Yeah, it's
intergalactic. Anyway, it's really fucking funny to me. He's a fucking JJ's son becomes a fucking moon werewolf.
He becomes a fucking moon werewolf. How does that? Certainly a way to put it.
How does he become a moon werewolf?
Okay,
he does
so
become a werewolf.
if
all werewolves moon werewolves?
Yeah, absolutely. But like, if you're on the moon, it's a full moon all the time because the full moon is there.
Really good point. Yeah, how does he become a werewolf on the moon?
Not much cash.
Jen, you can explain.
Yeah, I'm going to double check.
Fact checking.
His origin.
Just need to check this one.
I've got from Wikipedia an amazing sentence. While he was on the moon, Jameson found the mystical Godstone, an other dimensional ruby. The jewel grafted itself to his throat and extended tendrils through his body. Moonlight activated the gem, which turned him into a lycanthropic man-wolf.
Man-wolf. That's what he is. See, not to be confused with Werewolf by Night, who is also a Marvel character, who was once a man called Jack Terrier.
That don't mean his hardware's up for grabs.
But yeah, he basically found a thing, it made him a werewolf. He came back from space, he was a man-wolf.
Gotcha. Need to take out Fisk's men and figure out what they're guarding. Whatever it is.
The ruby was removed by Spider-Man. Sometime after that, the ruby was reattached to Jameson by Morbius, the living vampire.
A lot of junk scattered around here.
The man-wolf was again defeated by Spider-Man.
I can't believe that Spider-Man has multiple vampire villains who aren't related to each other.
It's fine.
There's also the spider totem guy.
Exactly, that's Morlan. That's who I was referring to.
That I always forget. And then there's the I suppose there's the bad guys from the Spider-Verse. They're all very vampire-y. From the original Spider-Verse, however many of them there are.
Hey, that's Morlan's family, isn't it?
Yeah, I just can't remember any of their names.
Neither. I don't even remember what their collective name is.
I only paid attention to the issues of the Spider-Geddon and all that had the Spider Women in them, so I didn't get most of the main storyline.
I read all of it. I just don't remember.
At one point, John Jameson, the man-wolf, was married to She-Hulk.
Yes, that is true.
Good for her.
She could have
I
married
think
a
she could
woman.
do better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jen could totally do better. It
that's
makes me
true.
sound like a mad person because she's one of the only hero characters with my name.
Wow. Are there any Cassandras?
You two finished the survey yet?
Cassandra Cain.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cassie. Is it Sandsmark?
Cassie Lang.
Cassie Lang,
Yeah.
who is from the Young Avengers.
Are there any Zoes?
Scott's girl. Scott. Oh well, one of Ms. Marvel's, one of Kamala's best friends is called Zoe.
Oh yeah,
she's not a
I remember
hero.
her in the show.
Yeah.
That's not good enough.
Well, they didn't get up to it in the show, although they made very light hints at it. But she is gay, so.
She's a lesbian.
Yeah, they did hint it in the show. I remember now.
They did little hints, and I was like, I see what you did there.
Just like our friend Zoe.
Like our friend Zoe. He's also.
But I don't know
Oh,
about
that's me.
superhero characters.
And also, I've got a story about Spider-Geddon. It's a very small story. And Spider-Geddon was the first Spider-Man comic I read.
Oh my god.
Which
That's
is not a good idea.
Yeah,
Because
that's
also,
not
I bought the compilation volume thing, which is only the core Spider-Geddon story.
Oh.
Yeah, you wouldn't even get like the one with the spiders, the Spider Women's in Spider Women.
Yeah, so there was so much stuff where I was like, where the book would tell me, this happened in this, and I'm like, what? They would have an asterisk at the bottom. It's like, as seen in Spider-Women 3. I'm like, what? And so that was a bad idea. But then I went back. Basically, I had Spider-Geddon. I was like, okay, how far back do I need to go in order to understand? And so I went 3 years back.
Wow.
To the beginning of Dan Slott's run after Superior Spider-Man.
I was gonna say, because like Dan Slott obviously created the Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He wrote Spider-Man for like 10 years or something stupid like
yeah,
that.
fucking hell. He was there for too long.
It's it's arguably too long.
But hey, he did make Silk. Even if he made Silk in a horrible way.
But but because they were bitten by the same spider,
Hey,
they're
we got all
genetically
the fist
attracted
guards,
to each
so
other.
we can go to the next bit. Yo, it's the slowest police car!
Are you trying to get us not to talk about how Silk is introduced?
It's the slowest police car, isn't that funny? It took him like 4 hours to get here.
This is so zoomed in.
You know we can't have
What is this, an episode of Clone Wars?
trespassing or doing illegal searches.
Yeah, I know.
Which is why I brought a warrant.
You're Spider-Punk. You should not be hanging out
What
with
do
the
you say we
police.
do some perfectly legal searching?
I like the sound of that. What's your name?
Officer Davis. Call me Jeff. And you are? Just messing with you. My son's a big fan.
I found a Marvel
That warrant cover breaking
Zoe.
down doors?
Zoe Culloden, who has a connections to Landau, Luckman, and Lake.
The who?
Any place this rundown should have
They some kind of law firm.
Woo! I'm gonna also Google Marvel Zoe's.
Something to do with the first time I fell into the water while I was playing this game, I was like, "Oh my god, Spider-Man is in the water!" and then he can swim. And I was like, "Oh right, yeah, of course he can swim."
She has a
I don't know
weird.
why I thought Spider-Man wouldn't be able to swim.
Yes, this Zoe Culloden has, for some bizarre reason, is connected to Deadpool.
Oh.
She was friends with his girlfriend.
Which one?
Copycat, the one that
Ah.
technically the one that Morena Baccarin was playing in the movies.
Oh, I see. I say which one if I know a lot of them. All I know is her and
I
Death.
feel like I'm in a horror movie. Hello? You fisherman with a
I
grudge
just
and a hook
expect
for
to
a
jump
hand?
into water in an open world game
Okay,
and
where's
fucking
that locked
drown
door?
instantly.
Yep.
Like any
She was
other
all-
Spider-Man game.
She was in Zoe Culloden was in a crossover comic between Wolverine and Witchblade.
Oh, don't talk about Witchblade.
Yeah, got it.
I want to hear about Witchblade. Who's Witchblade?
Oh no.
Witchblade is a Top Cow
Anything that packs enough current.
comic character who, once again, is so incredibly edgy 90s vibes.
Capacitors in
I
this
thought
are
you were
just
calling
what
them
I
a
need
top
for an
cow.
upgrade I've been thinking.
No, Top Cow is a
It's a group. It's like a publisher.
yeah, they're like a publisher. They're image adjacent.
What if you were a sexy woman and your
I don't need
suit
to think
was,
about what if.
was
true.
just a bunch of bones that covered
Very
your
spiky.
nipples and
They're very
vagina?
spiky and metallic looking.
A gadget man, huh? You
And
remind me
then
of my son.
you
Started taking apart the TV when he was
it's
5.
stupid. It's just
Now he's
stupid.
unlocking his
It's
friends' phones.
Yeah.
It's
Sounds
what
like
it
you
comes
could teach
down
me
to.
a few things.
But Zoe Culloden's power is apparently to
Nothing illegal in plain
mimic
sight.
people's voices
Kinda
perfectly.
anticlimactic, huh?
At first glance.
Yeah, I can do that. Whose
Looking for
impression do you want me to
something
do?
Me.
Mario. Been here a long time.
Woohoo! Yippee!
Gotcha.
That's a really good
Yes!
me. Now do
That's-
Mario.
Check it out. Sound hollow to you?
That's his backwards long jump.
Oh,
One on
nice.
the door. The conduits lead out the back. Look for another junction box.
Let's see if my mask lenses can pick up the conduits.
Accomplished strategist, athlete, hand-to-hand combatant, actress, and accent/dialect mimicker. 34 appearances. First appearance in Wolverine, Volume 2, Issue 79, March 1994.
Thanks.
Speaking of dialect, it is very weird how there are two different Spider-Man skins in this game that have Union flags on them.
Yeah.
And he still talks with an American accent while wearing them.
Well,
Is
well,
it?
Hobie Brown isn't British
I know, but why is he wearing a Union flag?
They can hide
because
the
of
doors,
Punk.
but not the scrapes they
You see,
Keep an eye out for more.
I
Punk is
understand.
heavily associated with the UK, therefore
know
Union
that.
Jack. See, that's
know
Hobie
that.
Brown. And then obviously I don't know about Spider UK.
I know he's British.
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 There's also Vest.
Take another look around.
And he's also the Captain Britain of his world.
Pay dirt. No door.
Vesperia
None I can see
from Ladybug and the Miraculous Cat or whatever it's called. Is a Zoe as well. There you go. Right, wait. The Miraculous Ladybug and the Cat Noir. There you go.
Oh, that one.
I knew I remembered to mention.
And are there any keys?
I don't think so somehow.
Damn. What's happened to Jefferson? Why is he glowing green?
Jefferson smash.
No.
He's beating the Joker bats.
What? Look at that distance. I don't think I can jump that far.
Fair enough.
Like, what the hell, Jeff?
He's been training for years.
Yep, on it.
This moment.
Oh no, there's an artist for DC whose name is Kian.
Nice.
I'm not them.
Found one. Nailed it.
Yet.
Oh,
You will be a DC artist.
We
I
put
am
you- we-
foreseeing it.
Well done, Kian. You've landed the job. You're the artist for Slipknot.
oh no! The man who can climb anything.
You're really good at exploding heads.
I'm starting to feel like this is Fisk's way of messing with me.
But look at the walls. They kept guns here. They wouldn't have moved them to the front door. Gotta be a passageway we're missing. Check out the wall. This might control access to another area.
Fisk's men were talking about a vault. Maybe we're close.
Bet on it. Looks like a dual circuit.
Yep, it was a
See if you can
correct
find a second
assumption to
junction
make.
box.
There is no superhero cookie, and you can make your own now.
Yeah. I mean, but if I do it, it'll be a self-insert.
I think that's fine.
Look. When and it's a shame Will isn't here to back me up on this, but when someone writes themselves into a Spider-Woman comic and then
Ooh.
makes Spider-Woman hook up with them, I think it doesn't matter if you create a character for yourself.
Yeah?
Oh, it's hopeless.
I mean, it could be worse. It could
You were right,
be.
Jeff. Trapdoor.
Well,
Outstanding.
I was about
Think
to
you can
talk about the
help me out?
Powerpuff
This
Girls guy who wrote himself into dating Blossom.
Oh my god.
But that would be
That's
understanding the
not.
situation, considering it was an in-joke between the animators. That
Well,
wasn't
isn't
his idea.
spooky at all.
Probably an old bootlegger's tunnel.
Ooh.
But hey, let's not.
And it looks like no one's cleaned it since Al Capone.
Big chunk of concrete in the way.
Oh, I know how to beat it.
through.
I know how to beat a
Let me
big
see how
chunk
it
of
looks from the
concrete.
top.
You stay here, Jefferson Davis. It's not safe for you.
Don't do anything.
Got room to maneuver
No,
here.
it's
Hang
it's
on.
too late.
And Keen, it's not a self-insert if I insert you instead.
The place is unstable.
Zoe insert.
Forced
Okay,
insert.
that definitely wasn't a subway.
No,
Forced kinning.
sounded like explosives.
And that sounds like demons.
The vault! Hurry!
I will make a Marvel comic, but it's just me writing fan fictions about my friends.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, like the recent crop of Star Wars novelists,
Demons are already gone.
Mike Chen, Adam Christopher, and the one who wrote Princess and the Scoundrel, Beth Revis. There we go. They all wrote each other into their
There's a
books.
fenced-off room here they didn't bother with.
They all like obviously wildly Star Wars names, but basically characters based on each other, because they working together. Also, Adam Christopher, I think, wrote one of his friends into one of them as well. I would 100% do that.
Yeah, same.
When I get to write the Cobb backstory novel of my dreams, all of my friends will be in Star Wars.
And they will all have their original names plus one syllable.
And some of these. They're moving. Let's go. Get him!
I love how ridiculous he looks in his Spider-Punk costume, though.
So good, though.
Fighting against the bad guys. In his chucks.
Zappy zap!
That's what I'm talking about.
Zaps.
That guy just slowly rising into the sky was really entertaining.
I'm still waiting for a ragdoll.
One of your tricks would be great enough now.
Like, I support you. I support you in your victories. But I also support you in your defeats.
Look out, I'm gonna stun him.
Promise me.
I support women's wrongs as well as women's rights.
I promise you, we will see them.
Aerial Ray! Yeah! You're doing it. Good game.
Thanks for
Make
throwing
sure
a
to
stun
rock
grenade
out.
at me, Jeff. And
Well,
tasing me.
The problem was he shouted it after he threw it. Oh no, more demons.
And I love how when you pick up a grenade in this game, the timer on the grenade magically extends until the moment you throw it away.
It's so good.
Yeah!
No!
Spider-Punk.
Your timing is
Power
impeccable.
punk.
Let's just make sure that guy doesn't get up.
Later, loser.
Did you read Web Warriors?
I have Web Warriors, but I have not got around to reading it because it's got my girl Anya Corazon.
Yeah.
So, the reason I just went, was because the timer I had set for 20 minutes of silence just went off.
We did not do great.
We really didn't. Really fucked that one up.
It would have been fine, but Cass did something really funny and it was hard.
I crushed those pigeons with that trash can.
No!
I'm gonna scan these pigeons. Whack! Well, they definitely don't have the flu now.
Sorry, bud. Spider-Punk means that everybody's a target. Or so J. Jonah Jameson says.
That's what Jameson thinks punk is.
Yeah.
They'll kill someone if I can't stop them.
I think that's
They're going in a
probably
circle.
Look at how many people are on the ground. I think you need to get quicker.
I'm sorry.
Oh! Higher? Maybe? Getting there.
There we go. I had to
There
wait.
you go.
Hey guys, room for one more?
I like the if only getting on the vehicles wasn't so difficult.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely really like the stuff on the cars, the way they set it up. It makes you feel really cool. It makes you feel like Spider-Man.
There it is.
You feel like Spider-Man.
Well, you know, like when you're playing Batman Arkham Asylum and the first time you Batman someone up into the ceiling. You feel like Batman.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel like it.
Great, now the three decides to
You
run
really
out of time.
feel like Super Mario.
Yeah, this
I wonder what
quick time
Spider-Man
events
looks like on the
working.
Game Boy Color.
Yo!
Yeah!
Are you okay, Jefferson Davis?
He destroyed
it's very
police
important that
property
you stay alive.
in the process. Oh yeah.
They actually had in Miles's comic recently, they had him leave the police force
Yo.
because he can't be with them anymore after recent events in universe. They well, I mean the cops were closely involved in the outlawed stuff, which was enough to help. But yeah.
Excuse
So
me,
he's
miss, are
now
you supposed
left
to
to
be here?
become. He's still going to be
More
doing
than
like
you.
investigation stuff, but
After
on
that
his
auction
own,
house thing,
basically.
the Bugle put me on the city beat, which means I get to focus full time on real stories like this. And the demons.
You know the closer you get to them, the more you become a target, right?
The closer I get, the better chance we have to stop them.
We?
Officer Davis.
Wait, are we
Mary Jane
we
Watson,
again?
Daily Bugle.
That's what I'm playing on. The
I
Wii.
don't blame you. But these guys are gonna tell their story with or without you, and they thrive on controversy.
So what's your angle?
I don't have one. I just listen.
Okay. Hop in.
Yay.
She's good.
Oh, well, we did a lot today. We've done a good chunk of the game, definitely. Lots of it.
Of the story.
Yeah.
Of the story, you've done a fair chunk of it.
Yeah, I'd say we're...
If you go to the deal... Oh, wait, there you go. You can see a percentage there anyway.
Yeah, 23%. That's not bad.
Bogwell's Gym. I know that place. Alias Investigations?
We did so much. We had 20 minutes of silence. We
Yep.
had cum jokes.
We
Oh
spent
my
20 minutes.
God.
We spent 20 minutes in the photo mode. With yeah boy the squirrel.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I'm probably gonna play some of this in between now and next week just to mop up some collectibles so we can get through to the interesting parts of this game.
How will we know where they are?
Yeah.
You just leave off the story and collect all the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, all the stuff.
You can say shit on the stream.
No, I just mean like calling it shit seems mean when earlier in the stream I said I didn't mind doing the collectible stuff in this.
We've said much worse on this stream.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, come back next week to hear us talk more about Peter Parker's asshole.
Did that?
Let's find somebody to raid. Taito is playing Cult of the Lamb. So let's go raid Taito. Thank you for coming along, everybody. Thank you for listening to this stream of consciousness. Thank you for joining me again for another comic book crew stream, Kian, Jen, and Zoe.
No problem.
You got it, boss.
What if Spider-Man was on the Game Boy?
On Wednesday, we'll be playing more Dark Souls 3 randomized.
I'll be
and
there.
on Friday, I'll be finishing Titanfall 2.
Oh, I'll be there.
So if you want more
The
Kian,
very Kian heavyweight.
come along. Alright, thanks for coming, everybody. I'll see you later.
Later,
Bye.
staters.
Bye.